The COVID-19 pandemic hasn't been kind to the class of 2021. The fall season delayed. The state championships canceled. But after a shortened spring season, we are here today to see some of the state's top seniors get a chance to strap it up one last time before heading off to college. It's the Cleats versus Cancer All-Star Game, and it's next on Cascadia Preps. Greetings and welcome into French Field in Kent, Washington. I'm Rylan Spencer, along with Micah Chen, and we're glad you could join us. Micah, back in the fall, it looked as though the senior class may have played its last high school football game. Then we get to the spring, and teams were able to play a few games, but there were no playoffs. Fast forward today, and these young men are ready to strap the pads on one more time. Michael, what kind of things are you looking for? What are you expecting out of today's game?
I think what's going to come across really well in this game is just the passion that these players have for football. You know, a lot of these players, their future has already been decided, whether they're going to play at the next level, whether they're not. Most of these guys already know. So the biggest reason why they're playing is for the love of the game and to support a great cause. And I think that's what makes this game so special, Ryland.
Yeah, and let's take a look real quickly at the coaching staff. For the North, we've got Kennedy Catholic head coach Sheldon Cross. Coach Cross just finished his 5th season with the Lancers. They went undefeated in the shortened spring season. Very exciting things, and he's got a couple of his Lancers on the field today with him. His counterpart this afternoon, longtime head coach Keith Ross of Sumner High School. Coach Ross just finished his 19th season at the helm of the Spartans. Micah, I want to talk a little bit about the quarterbacks before we really get going here. There's guys from all over the state, and including one guy from out of state, some guys that we don't know. Jack Perka from Coeur d'Alene will be a quarterback for the north side. On the south side, though, Micah, a couple of guys that you cover over in eastern Washington, in Everett Ashley out of Moses Lake, and probably the biggest name at the quarterback position today, Caleb Christensen out of Royal High School. What can you tell me about those young men?
Yeah, you want to talk about quarterbacks that have a chip on their shoulder. You're talking about Eastern Washington quarterbacks. This is a chance to showcase themselves to a much bigger audience than they're used to. Coming out of Moses Lake, Everett Ashley. He's the type of quarterback that you would describe as a football player first. He plays with a lot of physicality. His playing style could almost remind you of Tim Tebow, where he's not afraid to tuck in and run. Very compact frame, 6'1", over 200 pounds, very strong kid. And he can also make all the throws. And then you got Caleb Christensen. He comes from a long legacy of quality Royal quarterbacks. He really embodies what Royal looks for in their quarterbacks, which is great leadership, is going to follow the game plan and, trust Coach Wiley Allred's system. He can make all the throws as well. 6'3", 215. He's mobile enough to avoid getting hit in the pocket. Both these players, I think, are going to put on a good show today.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. We've got also playing quarterback today, we've got Michael Palandri out of Tahoma High School in Maple Valley. Palandri, a true dual threat. He does things with his legs, and he can get it done through the air. We've also got Shamar Rozier out of Foster High School. And then on the South roster, we've got Justin Brennan out of Lakes High School. Very intriguing prospect. Brennan, equally talented with his legs and his feet, a lot like Palandri. Should be a lot of fun. We are close to getting underway here. We've got the two teams, the announcements, the rosters. Everybody has been announced, from the coaches to the players to the officials. We are just moments away. What we're going to do right now is we're going to watch the coin toss here. We're going to see who it is that gets possession first.
Please welcome to the field Washington State football legends Michael Bumpus.
We've got Michael Bumpus, Brandon Gibson, Derek Sparks, the organizer. They are honorary team captains here. You can see right now get this out of your way. You can see the coin toss, the referees calling in the captains. We've got Caleb Christensen and Sean Skladany here for the South team. Skladany out of Peninsula High School, headed to Eastern Washington. You know, there's not a ton of Division I players here, Micah, but Junior Alexander, another young man you see on the other side on the far right there in the red helmet, he is headed to Arizona State. And then we've also got, looks like Michael Palandri. I also see, for the North captains, I also see Michael Palandri and out of Kentwood, it looks like Lole Tapasa.
And you know, a lot of these players around the state have heard of Junior Alexander. They've heard of these top players that are heading to Eastern Washington, and now they get an opportunity to see how they measure up. You know, like, because every player has that pride. They believe that they can compete with the best. Now's a great opportunity to go against some of those players.
Let's see what we got here. The coin toss is underway. Waiting for the signal to see who gets possession first. Before we get going, let's throw a little shout out to some of our sponsors here.
Yeah, Cleats vs. Cancer, we would like to thank today's sponsors for their support. Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-Shirt Company, the Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. Thank you guys for being sponsors for this broadcast and for supporting this cause.
The South team did win the coin toss. They deferred. They will take the ball in the second half, which means the North squad will get the ball to start. Coach Sheldon Cross, if I know anything about Sheldon Cross, he wants the ball to start. And we're gonna listen to the national anthem here. So we will go quiet. You know, Mike, I'm not sure who that was singing the anthem. It sounded like a recording, but I'll tell you what, that was, I don't know about you, but got me kind of jacked up here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, straight from the heart, that one right there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so the North team will be receiving the ball, and they will be heading left to right on your, I guess, TV, computer, however you are watching this. Again, I am Rylan Spencer along with Micah Chen. We are from CascadiaPreps.com. If you have not seen our website, go ahead and check it out, CascadiaPreps.com. You can follow us on all social medias at Cascadia Preps. Pretty simple, easy to find. looks like we will be getting a kickoff from Cameron Watkins out of Peninsula High School. Micah, Cameron Watkins, I believe, is headed to Division I football, is he not?
Cameron Watkins, out of Peninsula. He is going to be playing at Boise State. Was first team All-League this past season. 9 for 10 on field goals and 41 for 41 extra points. And this is according to Chris Saylor, somebody that's very relevant in the national kicking scene, which speaks to the talent of Cameron Watkins. And his favorite memory from high school football is kicking game winners and beating Gig Harbor.
Beating Gig Harbor, I like it. That is a...
Is that a cross-ocean rivalry?
That is, no, that is actually, it's called the Fish Bowl, and you'll probably see it a few more times. I know there's a couple of Peninsula guys and a couple of Gig Harbor guys, and I'm sure that they're all probably all going to mention that they like the Fish Bowl. And, well, now this is definitely interesting. I did not know that we were doing a kickoff this way, but this is what we are doing.
It's a modified kickoff format. They were working on this in practice yesterday where, and I believe what they do is they time how far you get while running it back.
Well, I guess we should have been paying attention a little more, huh?
And it looks a little gimmicky, but this is, part of the whole idea of protecting the players and, making sure that these guys are staying upright for their future endeavors. The ultimate goal here is to have fun and, kind of have a competitive, fun atmosphere, and that's what we're doing right now.
So the other kicker you're going to see right now, Charlie Townsend out of Gig Harbor High School.
Yeah, Charlie Townsend.
I believe he's headed to Idaho, correct?
He is going to play at Idaho, and he plays for Gig Harbor. So he kicked a field goal his junior year in the fishbowl in front of 3,000 fans, which, that's the type of stuff that you're going to remember for a lifetime. So, yeah, Charlie Townsend, kicker for Gig Harbor.
Well, now we will get to see the North offense for the first time today. Sheldon Cross, the head coach, loves his wide-open offense, and it looks as though Michael Palandri, quarterback from Tahoma High School, is going to be the starting quarterback here. So it's going to be first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. The clock is running. I think we're going to pretty much have a nonstop running clock here. 15-minute quarters for these teams. The handoff up the middle to Leland Ward, picks up about 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
And, throughout this week of practice, one of the biggest things that both coaching staffs have been preaching is ball security. These are some of the best linebackers in the state. They know how to rip the ball out. Those running backs need to be on top of keeping the ball safe.
Little up-tempo, no-huddle offense. Not surprised to see that from Coach Cross. Did that a lot at Idaho State. And now with the Kennedy Catholic Lancers, Palandri takes the snap. He's got 2 receivers to the left, looking deep down the sideline to Lanyata Alexander. Incomplete. Alexander, a young man, headed to Arizona State next year. Awesome to see him playing one last high school football game here today. That will bring up third down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be worth tracking the offensive mentality of both these teams. Like you mentioned, head coach for Kennedy Catholic, he loves airing it out. But because this is an all-star game, are you going to see, some more flashy plays, more deep shots, more trick plays? That's something to look out for as this game evolves.
We did notice it in the South practice. We were out there on Wednesday. A lot of deep balls they were trying to throw. Palandri, third down, takes the snap. Rush right in his face. Looks like Skladany. Palandri on the run, throws it up. Incomplete. On the play, he was looking for a number 15. And that looks like Landon Bowser out of Auburn Mountain View High School. And that will bring up fourth down for the North squad. Quick 3 and out.
Yeah, for that South secondary, they got to take a lot of pride in that performance going 3 and out because there are some talented wide receivers, and I think that's going to help them build momentum early on in this game.
Back to punt for the North is going to be Mauricio Sanchez out of Thomas Jefferson, a young man, Micah, you and I saw yesterday. Really strong leg from this kid out of the Federal Way area. Gets into it, no returner back. Ball, beautiful bounce for the North squad. It's going to come to rest at about the 32-yard line where the South offense will take over. And it looks as though it's going to be Caleb Christensen out of Royal High School. Micah, a couple other names that I noticed on the South roster that you know. A Caleb Woodcock, who I believe just committed recently, correctly?
Yeah, he's going to play for Linfield College, down in McMinnville. And you see him out there. He's starting at the bottom of your screen. 6'2", kind of hidden in the Yakima Valley. But, multiple-time first-team All-League receiver, offensive MVP in the Big 9. That's a receiver that I think can make some big plays in this game.
Christensen in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. The handoff around the left side. Looks as though it's Darian Brown out of River Ridge High School down in Lacey. A couple of River Ridge kids here today. I know Keith Ross, the head coach for the South team. He'd never seen these kids play before, but he told me he watched huddle on every single player that is on his team.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Christensen again in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side, and H back. He's got 1 receiver to the left side. That's Woodcock you mentioned. The handoff again to Darian Brown out of River Ridge.
So early on, it really feels like Coach Ross is kind of going off his offensive philosophy, which is kind of a heavier run attack than what Coach Cross does on the other side. And we'll see establishing that run right now will open things up for their talented receivers.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the South. See if they can pick up a 1st down. We got 2 receivers to each side now, and a running back in the backfield. Christensen drops back, going to throw the first time of the day. He's got Woodcock down the sideline, spins off a man. Woodcock throws the stiff arm out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. 1st down in to the North territory. Beautiful throw and catch by Christensen to Woodcock.
And you're seeing the abilities of Caleb Christensen shine on that pass right there. Sat comfortably in the pocket. Woodcock ran a simple route, and then yards after the catch. You got to love it if you're the South team right now.
Now we're going to go 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left with the running back. Handoff up the middle. Looks like number 34, Jonathan Tyrell Smith, out of Steilacoom High School, down Steilacoom, pretty close to Fort Lewis, but Tyrell Smith, small back. He's got some NAIA, some D3 offers. Young man told me he's really strongly considering PLU right now, Pacific Lutheran University down in Tacoma.
And he wants to study kinesiology as well, which is, something that you can definitely do there.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 for the South squad. Christensen again looks hands off. This time it is to number 28, O'Shea Jackson out of Evergreen High School in Vancouver. Plays for head coach Christian Swain down there, one of my favorite guys, a guy that not too many people have a bad thing to say about Christian Swain. He's a great guy down there, and that will bring up another 3rd down situation here, but short, about 3.
Brings up 3rd down.
So it's worth noting that the defenses are not allowed to blitz in this game, so this might be a situation where you want to generate more pressure on Caleb. Don't let him get comfortable.
Christensen looks to the right, takes the quick route to the outside. Looked like number 26, I believe that's Dane McMillan out of Hoquiam High School.
That's Caleb Christensen throwing complete.
Christensen just picking apart the North defense right now. Another 1st down now inside at about the 18-yard line here for the South squad.
That was a nice route by Dane McMillan, a real shifty receiver, only 5'10", 170, but he knows how to get himself into space and find open space. And he will be attending a 4-year school coming up here, getting a degree, not sure yet. But yeah, he comes out of Hoquiam High School.
Christensen got 3 receivers to the left side, looking that way. He's got Woodcock again with the catch. Stiff arms a man, and he's brought down inside the 5. Looks like it'll be marked right at about the 4-yard line inside red zone, and here we go.
Yeah, Woodcock, bigger receiver going up against a smaller corner. He's just trying to give himself an opportunity to run some kids over out there on the perimeter, and that's been working so far on this drive.
The South squad really moving the ball right down the field. I know this is something Coach Keith Ross wanted. He coached in the game last year. They were not successful. The handoff up the middle. Stuck, big hit. Couple of guys in there. I see out of North Creek, big number 73, Samlo Kenny getting in there. I also see number 17, Johnny Petrus out of Cedar Park Christian, plays for head coach Butch Goncharoff, one of the all-time winningest head coaches in the state.
Coach Ross has to love what he's seeing out of his offense. You know, they're not getting big chunk runs, but they're forcing the defense to stay honest. They're getting positive yardage each time, and that's what they're looking for early in the game.
About 9 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. Christensen back again in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right side. Looks to the left, quick hitter to Caleb Woodcock, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, South.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that, that's going to be one of his go-to receivers in this game. He's going up against, again, a smaller corner. And when you're running a quick slant like that, at that point, the corner's a little bit worried about the fade route at the goal line. And, Caleb will take that matchup all day.
Yeah, and that's one, if you are Coach Ross in the south side, I got a feeling they're going to try that matchup more than a few times.
Yeah, and then now it's up to Coach Sheldon Cross on the other side to kind of counter that. And that's what it's a game of chess with a lot of players you don't quite know yet what you're getting.
On the kick, Charlie Townsend out of Gig Harbor. The kick is up, and it is good. Makes it 7-0 for the North squad. And let's talk about our sponsors a little bit here today.
Yeah.
Go ahead and we'll give a shout out. We'd like to give thanks to Crescent Realty for sponsoring today's game. Crescent Realty has been around since 1971 as an independent, privately owned real estate company. Crescent Realty continues to be a leader and trendsetter in today's ever-changing times with the service, experience, and expertise to give you everything you'd expect from a full-service real estate company. Find out more at crescentrealty.com. Micah, they went 3 and out on that first drive. If you're the North squad, you can't really afford to do it again with the way that defense gave up. Let's just say it looked like a pretty easy opening drive for the South.
Yeah, and what Coach Sheldon Cross is really preaching to his players throughout the week is the importance of keeping your morale up, keeping the intensity up, even when things get down. Because in an all-star game setting, it can be easy. You get down, like, oh, it's not like we have to win or anything. Like, no, you want to win. You want to win bad. And Coach Cross is instilling that mentality into his players, and they really buy into it. So I don't expect to see any kind of downfall momentum from that side, even though their first drive didn't go the way they wanted to.
Let's see somebody with a question here asking what number is Simon Yim. Simon Yim is on the white team wearing number 30. Thank you. I'm not even going to try to say your name. Lena Oak, I believe.
And it looks like these kickoffs don't necessarily have an implication on the outcome of the game. They're more just to showcase, these all-star kickers and their abilities and the kick returners. Again, kind of to keep the game a little bit safer.
So the North will take over, and it's going to be quarterback Jack Perka out of Coeur d'Alene High School, and in the backfield with him.
Yeah,
the big man, Lole Tapasa out of Kentwood. You can see his hair all the way out the back of his helmet. He is a physical runner.
And Perka's already earned a nickname of Sunshine by the coaching staff.
Perka looking to the left, throws to the left. Caught, knocked out of bounds. Going to be a gain of looks like about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
Perka's pass is complete to number 23, Tyler Thompson.
Number 23, Tyler Thompson on the reception.
And so far, we're seeing some pretty good timing between the quarterback and receivers. For only in a couple days, 3 days of practice, that's something that's really good to see.
Just passing 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Perka, we got a flag on the play here. I think we might have a false start on the inside receiver there. Looked like he did it on the first play also, but I wasn't going to say anything because he got away with it.
Well, and in the realities of the...
He said the wide receivers, so not just one. He doesn't want to single just one guy out.
And the realities of all-star games is that these refs are really going to let these kids play. The obvious stuff, the personal fouls, obviously that's going to get called, but, there's going to be a lot of physicality between corners and receivers, maybe a little bit chippiness in the line play, but, you want to see these players at their best.
Now, 2nd and 10 for Perka. Hands off, Lole Tapasa around the outside. Young man rumbling, stumbling, tumbling, running people over. Just love the way he runs the ball. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the North squad.
Yeah, he's a real, kind of downhill, but he's also got a little shiftiness in him. A lot of power, 185 pounds on a 5'9" frame. Played for Mike Bush at Kentwood High School. And, he's going to be one of their go-to ball carriers in this game.
3rd down and about 4. Perka looks to the left. He's got a quick out to, looks like Kendrick Smith on the outside, number 13. Knocked out of bounds. Would be a 1st down, getting close to midfield at about the 45-yard line.
Two-time All-League receiver, and Kendrick Smith also played under Coach Michael Bush at Kentwood. And, man, he scored a lot of touchdowns during his time there.
You'll see a lot of guys coming in and out, especially on the defensive line, trying to keep guys fresh. Not a ton of defensive and offensive linemen in this game. Perka, keeper. Looked like he was going to hand it off, but he keeps it. Enough for a 1st down before he gets out of bounds in to South territory for the first time today.
Yeah, Perka coming out of Coeur d'Alene, very storied program they have over there, so it's good for, a new audience to kind of see a Coeur d'Alene product.
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene plays in the 6A level over in
which is technically our 4A, right?
5A?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I always forget it. Portland, I know, or Oregon has 6A. Handoff. Looks like Jake Trost, I believe.
That's number 36, Jake Trost.
Yes,
on the carry.
number 36, Jake Trost on the carry out of Tahoma High School. Head coach Tony Davis. What do we know about Jake Trost?
Yeah, Jake Trost, he'll be playing his college ball at Whitworth, and he plans to study criminology and biology. And, he's a two-way threat, man. He's 210 pounds, can play running back and linebacker. You got to love that versatility at the next level.
Criminology and biology. I like it.
Those things go hand in hand.
Perka, second down. Handoff this time. Caleb Wheeler out of Linden around the outside looking, doesn't know where he wants to go. Finally cuts it up, picks up a first down to about the 27-yard line for another first down. They're really moving the ball this drive.
Yeah, Caleb Wheeler is a player you got to love, man. He comes out of Linden. He's a hard-nosed running back, tough kid, and he gives it all every snap.
I don't think you're allowed to play running back at Linden if you're not tough and hard-nosed.
Yeah, it's a trait that, it's pretty special, man.
Perka now shifts Wheeler into directly behind him. Takes the snap, hands off. Wheeler again. Outside, lowers the boom. Picks up another first down, this time into just beyond the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Caleb Wheeler, not the biggest running back out there, but it took 3 defenders to take him down on that play, which is impressive.
Tackle by number 15, Anthony Voodoo. 1st and 10 North, ball at the 15-yard line.
Perka, snap, fumbles the snap. Wheeler falls on it.
Yeah, good awareness by Wheeler.
Might be the first real negative play of this drive for the North squad. Perka really just moving them right down the field.
Yeah, and those trench players, that's where the games are won and lost. And both these teams are very confident in their defensive line to wreak havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, they've got some real big boys up on this offensive line. Perka takes a snap, another low snap. Throws it up to the corner. Junior Alexander over there, but no, broken up on the play.
And, we talked about it earlier in the game. These refs are going to let these players go at each other. That's a receiver corner. Got a little aggressive in the end zone there. But, they're going to let them compete. That's one way to put it.
Looked like Noah Cunningham out of Tumwater High School with the pass breakup on that one.
And I believe that was Junior Alexander, the intended target.
It's going to be a long third down here. About 3rd and, I'd say, 15 for the North squad. Perka takes the snap, looks left, throws again to Alexander. Broken up once again by Cunningham. Tremendous play by that young man.
Yeah, he's really giving 100% out there right now.
Junior Alexander.
Alexander, mentioned earlier, headed off to Arizona State. You can see him. I'm not sure what he's wearing over there. It looks like he's got a hood coming out the back of his pads, but it's a beautiful day here. The scoreboard says 78 degrees, Mike. I'm not sure if I believe that or not, but it is definitely a warm,
it's a real breezy
beautiful
78
weather.
if it is.
Perka, they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Takes the snap, looking left again. Now he's going to be pressured, and he's going to be brought down by number 52. That looks like Lorenzo Lucci out of Enumclaw, and the South squad will take over.
Yeah, so very interesting decision by Coach Sheldon Cross to go for it. The kicker for the North team told us yesterday during practice that he was very comfortable from the 30 to 45 range. And, it's an all-star game, but, getting points at this point in the game, really important, I feel, for a team.
Yeah. I would like to see the kicker get in there.
Also, yeah, you should get them opportunity, in an all-star game to, showcase their abilities.
So the South squad will take over now. In at quarterback looks to be Justin Brennan out of Lakes. Handoff around the left side. That is number 23, Isaac Aguilar out of Eisenhower High School over in Yakima. Micah, what do we know about that young man?
Yeah, so plays for head coach Gary Jimenez, which Eisenhower, it's a team that really prides themselves on running the ball. A little bit on the small side, 5'7", 180, but that really allows him to hide behind his offensive line, which he did a lot at Eisenhower. He's gonna go to Montana State for academics, study civil engineering. So first team All-League running back, got big things on the horizon.
Second down and about 5 for the South. Brennan in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. He's looking to the left. Throws. There's a hand on, a little bit of contact, but it looked like good coverage. I believe that's Trey Holman. Yes, Trey Holman out of Kennedy Catholic, who I believe is headed to Western Colorado University, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Trey Holman. Don't have anything listed on him for Trey Holman, but
3rd down and 7.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. Just over 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Running back in motion. Gets the ball out to him quickly, runs hard through a few tackles, and picks up a first down. It looks like number 7, Darian Brown, once again out of River Ridge High School down in Lacey. Darian Brown having himself a really nice first quarter.
yeah, he's going to be playing his college ball at Dickinson State. He was not slowing down there. You know, a lot of defenders crashing in on him, and he was ready to run through anyone.
Dickinson State, a school that has offered and got a few commitments coming in this year's class. Defensive line coach Jacob Crawford for the Blue Hawks does a great job recruiting this area. He is an alum of Black Hills High School down in Tumwater. Brennan back, a first down, looking downfield, throws, caught, and inbounds. Gonna say it's inbounds. It looks as though it's number 34, Jonathan Tyrell Smith out of Stillicum High School. What a catch, what a throw.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Brennan to roll out and kind of extend the play and stay patient, not tuck in and run, but let his receivers a chance to let the play develop downfield.
1st and 10, ball at the North.
We are now into North territory again. Just hit the 3-minute mark left here in the first quarter. Brennan, just like Christensen, moving the ball right down the field. This South offense is really humming. Handoff up the middle. Looks like Tyrell Smith brought down after a gain of about 3 or so. Bring up a second down.
Jonathan Tyrell Smith out of Stillicum High School.
Lots of talent on that team the last couple of years. My goodness. Emeka Egbuka, who's obviously one of the best receivers the state has ever seen over at Ohio State. Their quarterback, Chance McDonald, is headed to Western Kentucky University. They have had just an absolute plethora of talent over the last few years.
Yeah, really established himself as a top team into 2A division.
Second down and about 7. Brennan back. Scrambles a little bit. Looks going to be brought down by number 90. That's Isaiah Arline out of Pasco High School. Head coach Leon Wright Jackson, one of, I know, my favorite guys. I don't know about you, Micah. He's a good dude, though, yeah?
Yeah, he's building a good program over there. He's really turning things around at Pasco. And Isaiah Arline, he raves about Isaiah Arline. He loves the physicality as his defensive tackle. And also on the offensive side, he does play some offensive line as well, and fullback. So, yeah, special player. It's good to see him here in kind of, almost kind of repping that Tri-Cities area right now.
Offensive line, defensive line, fullback?
Yes, sir. Lead blocker as a fullback, on the goal line. He is a threat.
That is my kind of guy right there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the South squad. Brennan in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He looks to the left, throws to the left, batted down, flag on the play. I think we might have a little pass interference here, which would give the South a first down. And it is going to be a pass interference.
Yeah, like you want to let the guys play, but you also want to let them know where the boundaries are, and that's kind of good way to kind of let both teams know where the line is when it comes to contact.
Well, the ball was in the air, pass interference, and it will be a spot foul and a first down. So once again, the South team really moving the ball, even if it's a penalty, still moving the ball downfield. Minute 16 left here in the first quarter. Brennan in the shotgun. Twin receivers to either side. Looks to his left. Now he's going to scramble to his right. Throws. Diving attempt by number 13, Noah Cunningham, just off his fingertips. That will bring up a second down.
That was the passion I was talking about in the pregame show. Like these players are literally going all out right now. Dive in, full body dive for that pass. All came real close to making that catch.
Cunningham, a young man that probably doesn't get to run a ton of routes down there at Tumwater, running the wing tee like they have for I mean, probably a good 30 years at this point.
Yeah, but when it's his time, there's potential for big gains, it's surprising the defense.
Second down and 10 for the South. Twin receivers to either side. Brennan, handoff up the middle. Got a lane, runs a man over, still going. Beautiful run by Mackenzie Rielme out of Quincy High School, Micah.
Yeah, Mackenzie Rielme, is a player that, it's a lot of kids in Eastern Washington, kind of tucked away in a small town out there. But, man, he was really a focal point for Quincy's offense for a couple years now. And it's good, like many of these players, it's good for him to kind of get a chance to spotlight himself and introduce himself.
Quincy, one of the great team names in the central part of the state, Micah.
They are the Jackrabbits.
The Jackrabbits. They mostly go by the
Real
Jacks,
fitting for that area.
Handoff again to Rielme. Not much, but he gets inside about the 6, down to about the 6-yard line. We're coming here to the end of the first quarter. About 25 seconds left.
Short gain of play, 2nd and goal from the 6.
We'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Rielme going to be attending Eastern Washington this fall. He's looking into playing football as well, so keep an eye out for his name.
Just under 10 seconds here. We'll see if they get the snap off in time. Snap is off in time. The handoff up the middle to Isaac Aguilar out of Eisenhower. Looks like that will be the end of the first quarter. We will be taking a 2-minute break. Micah, while we're at it, why don't we go ahead and give the sponsors a little bit of pub here.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support: Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel.
We want to make sure we give a real good thank you to the Kent School District. Obviously, in these times, COVID protocols and different things, and they have allowed the Cleats versus Cancer to use French Field. One of the, I would say maybe, I don't know if I'd say legendary, but kind of one of the spots that everybody knows, and this is obviously a tremendous facility. Lots of great games have gone on here over the years. You can see down in the corner of the end zones, you can't see it right now, but down in the corner of the end zones, you will see a KW, a KM, a KL, and a KR. Kent Wood, Kent Meridian, Kent Lake, Kent Ridge. All 4 high schools use the same facility, and I think it's one of the better ones in the state here.
And what I like about, like you talk about sharing the stadium, and just there's a community of football in this Kent area where, the schools support each other. When a player makes it, to the big time from one of these schools, the whole area, the whole community really gets behind them, So I think that's something that's pretty special about, French, the field here and, the teams here.
We will get back underway here, starting the second quarter. It is 3rd and goal, just outside the 5-yard line here. Justin Brennan out of Lakes in the shotgun. Looks to his left. Now he scrambles. He's going to try to run it in himself. Looks for the corner, and he's in. Touchdown, South.
Yeah, he knew where he had to go with that football. Just barely sneaked it in, kept himself safe. And, man, Justin Brennan, making a statement with that first stride, just like Caleb Christensen did with the previous. And kicking for the South team.
Cameron Watkins on to attempt the extra point.
That is Cameron Watkins out of Peninsula.
So is that Everett Ashley holding? I believe that is Everett Ashley on the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it is now 14-0 for the South squad. I know Coach Keith Ross told us, after last year's game, he kind of almost didn't even want to get back into it. They kind of took it on the chin a little bit. He's got to be very pleased being up 14-0. Let's give a quick shout out to Liberty Mutual and Liberty Mutual local insurance agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed? Or do you just need a no pressure, no obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek-Lockhart. Micah, if you're the north side, what are you looking to get out of this drive?
I think you got to start running the ball a little bit more here. The South team, they're winning at the line of scrimmage right now. And, you want to give your O-line more confidence. It's a long game. We got a long game. These are 15-minute quarters right now, and we're really just getting started right now. So I think that's the mentality they need to have is, hey, we got pushed around a little bit our first couple of drives, but that's going to change right now. We're going to set the tempo with our offensive line.
You can see here the kickoff, the average or the long. I'm not sure exactly which one it is we're going with here, but back kicking right now appears to be Charlie Townsend hit the first one. This is Cameron Watkins hit the first one. Charlie Townsend hits this one. Fumbled a little bit there. But the ball will be spotted on the 25. 14:47 left to go here in the second quarter. South leading the North 14-0.
And you mentioned, Coach Keith Ross, like kind of that loss last year and how that's kind of motivated him for today's game, because it does matter, to these coaches. They want to give these kids the best opportunity to win, and I think that's what Keith Ross is looking for right now. Even up 14-0, he's not taking the foot off the gas pedal.
Michael Palandri back in at quarterback for the North out of Tahoma High School. Palandri looks to his left, going deep for Junior Alexander. Goes up, gets it. Great coverage on the play by number 1. That's a young man you know a little bit about there, Micah. That's Jalen Weber out of Chiawana.
Yeah, Jalen Weber, one of the top overall players east of the mountain. He's a two-way player. He's actually going to be playing a receiver at the next level. He's picking up some serious interest from D1 schools like Idaho State. And on that play, he's only at about 5'8", 5'9", and he was able to take Junior Alexander to his limit on that play specifically.
Second down for the North. Palandri looking to the right, getting the call from Coach Sheldon Cross. Handoff up the middle. Got a little bit of a lane there. Looks as though number 6, Benjamin Smith out of Coupeville. Micah, I saw Benjamin Smith play a game this year. Coupeville against LaConner. Game went into overtime at 0-0. Benjamin Smith scored the game-winning touchdown on Coupeville's first possession. I go to a lot of games. I go to a lot more than most. I've never seen a game go into overtime at 0-0. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. Third down at about 7. Palandri, handoff, Jake Trost, his teammate. Gets up. It looks like it's going to be a little short. Fourth and probably a long one, maybe 2.
So decision time now for Coach Sheldon Cross.
He's going for it.
On your own 32-yard line.
Oh, we see some big bodies coming in here, Micah. The young man you talked about coming into the fullback, Isaiah Arline, and then it also looks like Sam Lowe Kenny, big man out of North Creek High School. Oh, yeah, this is a full house backfield right here.
Yeah, both fullbacks on the right side. Wonder where the ball's going.
Handoff to Trost. Gets up, looks like he got enough. He did get enough for the first down. Jake Trost headed to Whitworth University in Spokane, along with his teammate, who is actually out there right now. You can see him left tackle, number 56, Kiefer Furness. His father, Ian Furness, doing the announcing here today. You may be able to hear his voice in the background. I'm not sure if you can, but probably can. He's a loud guy.
First and 10, ball at the 36-yard line.
First and 10, ball at about 36. Palandri, 2 backs. Fakes. About to be brought down. Scrambles out of it. He's got a little bit of running room. Lowers the boom, and then he goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Enough for about 8.
And you can hear that hit all the way to the top of the stadium. Those are 2 players that were just going to give it all. One to get the first down, one to stop them. And, they met and nothing happened.
Second down, I'd say 2.5, 3. Palandri barking out the signals to the offensive line. We'll have to go over their names here in a little bit. Flag on the play. I think it's going to be a sideline warning. It is a sideline warning on the North squad. Maybe not something you'd expect to see in an all-star game, but sideline warnings, it's a safety thing for the officials that are on the side there.
And when the emotions are high, you want to make sure that the coaches and everybody stand back.
Palandri running back on either side. The give is to Leland Ward. He's got a lot of room. Man jumps on his back. He does pick up a first down into South territory.
And Leland Ward, he plays under the current head coach for the North team, Sheldon Cross at Kennedy Catholic. He's going to be playing his college ball at Western Colorado. He was a first-team All-League this year. Yeah, they're really kind of changing the offensive game plan right now with more runs.
Western Colorado, another team that has a assistant coach from our area. The handoff again to Leland Ward around the outside. Knocked down, pushed down, out of bounds by number 21, Arlo Valdivinos. There is a flag on the play.
It looks like it's going to be holding on that right side.
There's no such thing as holding on the offensive line, ever.
Because it's holding on every play?
Well, there is, but I'm an offensive lineman, so I don't want holding.
It's, a little biased.
You can see there on your screen, Kiefer Furness, big man, headed to Whitworth also. Holding on the play on number 53. That's Liam Coppinger. Don't want to call him out too much, but Liam Coppinger out of Nooksack Valley High School plays for head coach Craig Bartle up there, the Pioneers. Micah, that's a school that is probably about as close to the Canadian border as you can get. When you are actually at the school, you can look across and see Abbotsford, British Columbia. Palandri, this is a long first down here. Looks to his right, throws deep. That's going to be a flag. You know it's a flag when 3 guys throw it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to debate that one right there. I mean, just like kind of pushed out of bounds on that play while the ball was in the air. And he had decent coverage for the most part, so I don't think he was gonna be you're gonna lose out on a touchdown or anything.
Waiting for the call here. A couple of different calls. They're probably trying to figure out if it's what down it is, where it's going to be spotted. 2 fouls, both on the defense, pass interference. They're going to decline that, and then a personal foul, roughing the passer call on the defense, which will result in an automatic first down, so the ball does go into South Territory. It will be spotted at about the 44. 11:21 left here in the second quarter.
After the penalties, it's a first down for the North team.
First down for the North squad. Palandri, full house backfield. Handoff. Looks like Caleb Wheeler making some moves out of Linden High School. My goodness, picks up about 20 yards.
And Wheeler had a lot of open space out there on the perimeter, and that is not the running back that a defense wants to be in open space because he is very shifty and can get extra yards.
Not real good math at the Lake Washington School District where I grew up. 15 yards, not 20 yards. But it is enough for a first down here. Another full house backfield here. A lot of beef in that backfield for Lole Tapasa. Palandri looks left, throws it up to Junior Alexander, who goes up, gets it, and a touchdown for the North.
Yeah. A lot of hand fighting on that route on both the receiver and corner. Junior Alexander ultimately just was able to get past him and outrun him. And a nice, almost easy catch for a player of his caliber in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you get out of Junior Alexander. Big man, real long arms. He can jump, he can run, he can do everything. That's why he's going to be playing at Arizona State. In to kick the extra point here is going to be Mauricio Sanchez out of Thomas Jefferson High School. Part of the Federal Way School District, but the address is Auburn somehow. Not sure how that works, but this is a young man that we spoke to after practice yesterday. He's probably good from about 50. Drills that one, and then, of course, right on cue, shanks it to the left. So our score, 14-6. The South leads the North. Micah, go ahead and tell everybody about our sponsors today.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsor for their support, Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. We appreciate your support for today's game.
And of course, thank you to everybody who is watching at home and all of the sponsors. This is a great event. It goes to help so many different charities in the area.
And that's one of the biggest things that the coaches on both sides are preaching to their players, that you're playing for something bigger than just the game and yourself, and you're playing for your family, and you're playing for a great cause, and like these are things that you need to be thinking about as this game is going along, not so much like, oh, am I going to get the ball, and kind of more personal things like that.
If you would like to follow Cleats versus Cancer, go ahead and check them out on Twitter. It's at CleatsV. Or if you'd like to go to their website, it's cleatsvscancer.com. Cleats versus Cancer. Mauricio Sanchez will be the first one to kick it away here for the North as we simulate the kickoff here. And I do notice that they are kicking from the 35. Jalen Weber back to receive. Number 13, Noah Cunningham, also back.
That is a lot of speed back to the return.
Yeah. There's these guys can absolutely fly.
Kickoff real high. Weber, a state competitive track sprinter.
And boy, is he cooking.
And he's only 80% there, and boy, you can tell if he really turns it on. He was #1 receiver for JP Zamora in the Tri-Cities, who was one of the top overall quarterbacks for the class of 2022.
Victor Escalante now going to line up and kick it. Victor out of Blaine High School. Toe punches it. Don't see that too much anymore. Picked up by Cunningham at about the 30.
He's also got some jets.
He does have some wheels to him. So it looks like we will spot the ball at about the 25-yard line. 10:38 left to go here in the second quarter. You're watching the Cleats versus Cancer All-Star Game. I'm Rylan Spencer from Cascadia Preps, along with Micah Chen, who covers the eastern side of the state for Cascadia Preps. Welcome in. If you'd like to visit our website, it's cascadiapreps.com, part of the 24/7 Sports Network and CBS Sports Digital. Now in at quarterback, it looks as though it's going to be Everett Lashley out of Moses Lake High School, the Chiefs. Handoff up the middle to number 7. That is Darian Brown out of River Ridge High School in Lacey. Darian having himself pretty nice first half here. Picks up about 4. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, now with Everett Ashley at quarterback, don't be surprised to see some design run to get him kind of downfield and kind of a change of pace from the more traditional quarterbacks they've had with Brennan and Christensen.
Ashley in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. The give up the middle again to Brown, and he is hit and stuck by Carson Chrisman out of Lakewood High School. That's Lakewood up north in Arlington. Head coach Dan Teeter, another great guy, just a tremendous steward for football in the state of Washington. Down to about 9:40 here. It is a 1st and 10 for the South. Ashley again with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brown in the backfield. The give, that looks like Tyrell Smith, Jonathan Tyrell Smith, I believe, with that carry.
34, Jonathan Tyrell Smith.
That is Jonathan Tyrell Smith out of Stillicum High School.
Gain of 1 on the play. Derek Robbins on the tackle.
It's going to bring up second down and about 8 or 9. Just over 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. The South lead the North 14-6. Ashley in the shotgun. Tyrell Smith to his left. He's got 2 receivers to the left and to the right. Drops back, looking deep down the middle. Looked like his arm was hit as he let it go.
Yeah,
Came up just a little short.
Well, he was fortunate to not lose the ball on that play a second later, and that might be going back the other way for a touchdown.
And he is shaking his arm a little bit, you can see.
3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the South. This is one of the few times the South really have not just kind of moved the ball right downfield. The defense stepping up here for the North. The defensive line really getting after it. I see Gabe Johnson out of Bothell.
You wonder if this is 4-down territory for the South, just like it has been for the North in this area.
Ashley throws to the right. Off the hands of the running back.
Ashley's pass to number 28.
Looked like number 28, O'Shea Jackson out of Evergreen, couldn't hang on. And that's going to bring up 4th and 9. We'll see what they do here.
Everett Ashley, he's got a boot.
This is a punting situation now. I do see Cameron Watkins has come on
out of Peninsula.
And they're keeping Ashley on the sideline, so it looks like it's going to be a punt for the South team.
Our first punt of the day. Or no, excuse me, we had one earlier, didn't we?
I can't recall one.
Yes, no, we did.
The
North
very
punted
first
on
drive. The very first drive,
yes.
yeah.
So Watkins back to punt. Watkins, as we mentioned earlier, headed to Boise State, correct?
Yeah, Cameron Watkins. He is
kicked real high. Caleb Wheeler back to get it. Catches it at about the 31. Looked like not sure either team really knew what was going on there.
Brings up first down and 10 for the North.
Wheeler caught it and decided to take off, but nobody from the South had come down to even make a play on the ball. They will mark it. Let's see where they are going to mark it here. He originally caught it at about the 31. I'm not sure if they're going to give it to him at the 31 or let him run a little bit with it. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. I want to give thanks to Crescent Realty. Are you looking for real estate, homes, or property in the Northwest? Crescent Realty can help you choose the right property for your needs and will guide you towards making an informed real estate decision. Real estate industry leaders since 1971. Visit crescentrealty.com for more information. So the North take back over. Perka gets it to Kendrick Smith down the sideline. It's the foot race, ladies and gentlemen. Kendrick Smith, Kentwood, touchdown. That's North.
Yeah, real simple route. Found a soft spot in the coverage, and once he got his hands on the ball, he really turned it on. He really turned it upfield. Great play design there by Sheldon Cross.
69 yards, just a corner route from Smith, who he caught it, turned on the afterburners, and he was gone. And it looks like they will go for two, being down 14-12 here. Perka out of Coeur d'Alene High School. I believe head coach Sean Amos is still he's still the head coach over there, longtime head coach. His son Gunnar played there, and then at the University of Idaho.
Yeah, and you'll see them play the Spokane teams very often. Not this year because of COVID, but this upcoming fall, definitely.
Perka hands off to Leland Ward, up the middle into the end zone, and we are now tied at 14 with 8:05 left in the second quarter. Micah, go ahead and let everybody know who our sponsors are today.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support. Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. You know, Rylan, one of the things that's really impressed me about these players during the lead up to this game is just their professionalism and maturity and kind of getting to know each other and getting to, kind of get to know your teammates. I think that's really important. Kind of learning about, where they came from and, what the football is like in that scene, whether you're in Eastern Washington or you're in the Vancouver area or up in, Blaine County. It was a great opportunity for these players to kind of go outside of their little hometown, right? And then that'll help them prepare them for the college environment, if they play college football, or just go to, wherever they end up in life. I think that's little skills that they pick up in a game like this.
Well, and it's cool, too, to see the helmets with all the different stickers on it. And, there's some of them that even I look at and go, where the heck is that helmet sticker from? There's a few of them you just go, where's that from? And it was pretty cool being out at practices this week. And, thank you to the coaching staffs of both the North and the South for allowing us to walk around and basically, I would say, do whatever we wanted there during practice. So that was really, really cool and a lot of fun. Justin Brennan in at quarterback for the South now. Or excuse me, Caleb Christensen out of Royal High School at quarterback. It's going to be a first down and 10 on the 15. 7:53 left to go in the second quarter. Christensen getting his first drive since the first drive. Give is up the middle, goes nowhere. Looked like Isaiah Arline and Preston Seoli out of Foster High School with the stop for the North.
Caleb Christensen is the quarterback.
Yeah, a big thing for quarterbacks is getting into that rhythm, and the fact that you're kind of rotating 3 quarterbacks at a time. We'll see how they bounce back in that second possession, third possession, even after doing well in the first time.
Christensen, 2 receivers to either side, drops back, looking down the middle. He's got a receiver, caught, dropped. In and out of his hands. That's number 11, Shamar Rozier out of Foster High School. Great play by number 24, Fizzle.
Is Kevin Pratt
Yeah,
out
Kevin
of Edmonds
Pratt
Woodway?
Out of Edmonds Woodway. A young man. Micah, I know his is funny. What has he got written down for some of his favorite memories and such?
Hitting, which is perfect for kind of showcasing what he likes to do in football. He didn't even get the shoulder pad on the ball. He hit him in the back, and that caused the ball. So that was a hard hit. Makes sense for that kid.
3rd down and 11. Christensen looks right, looks left, looks right again. He's got a receiver out here.
Now
See if there's a flag.
That's a tough no call
flag
right there.
on the play. Great defense by number 14, Joe Taylor out of Eastside Catholic High School. And now he is shaking his arm a little bit.
That throw by Caleb Christensen, I still think even without the shove at the end there, that ball was going to be a little bit out of bounds. These players did not lose any motivation, any morale. They were ready to go. 14-0, this much time left in the game. They believed that they were going to be fine, and here they are now.
Palandri flanked by Trost and Tapasa. The hand is to Tapasa. Picks up about a yard on the play. Tackled by number 65 for the South. That is Johnny Jones out of Grant High School in Oregon. Micah, you and I were at the South practice of Johnny Jones, a young man who probably doesn't know anybody on either team. But he is out here having a good time and just enjoying himself playing another football game.
And impressed me about Johnny Jones, just he was a vocal presence at practice, and I think that's super inspiring, because like you said, he's not from the state, he doesn't really know a lot of these players. And I think that's special for that kid.
2nd and 9, Palandri looks to his left, throws. It is through the hands. I believe that is Trey Lane. Trey Lane out of Monroe High School. A little spark plug. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 9 for the North. We're just barely into the South field of play.
Yeah, and this is a hot day for these players, and they're used to playing kind of a cool Washington fall evening, and this is a long game, 60 minutes, longest game that any of these players have ever played.
Palandri takes the snap, looks to his right, rolls to his right, throws on the run. He's got Junior Alexander with the reception, picks up about 5 yards. Not enough for a 1st down. It's going to be 4th and I'd say about 4.
Yeah, Junior Alexander, very easy spot out there with that hood. I think the NFL has stopped allowing that from happening. I think Devontae Adams was the most recent player that did that. But
that's one of those you got to have it on your head or not on
your
at all.
head? Oh yeah,
yes,
inside
they wear it
the helmet.
underneath the helmet,
yeah.
exactly. Palandri, a full house
concern.
backfield here. A lot of beef to the left. Well, now a lot more beef to the right. Arline and Lokenny. Snap. Oh, a little bit of a broken play. Palandri spins out of it. He's looking, still running, still got the ball in his hands, and he's sacked. Eventually, he is brought down by Noah Cunningham. 4th down, the ball is turned over to the South squad, who will take over at about midfield.
And on the perimeter, he had a wide open, I believe that was Junior Alexander there on the outside. If he just kind of flips that ball, it doesn't have to be a perfect spiral, just tries to get out there as he's getting tackled. Hey, Alexander's he's gone to the house because there was nobody behind him basically, and nobody's gonna catch him.
Everybody was looking in the backfield at that point.
1st and 10 ball at the 50-yard line for the South team.
So the South will take over at the 50, right at midfield.
And boy, does this not feel like a dogfight now? If it really feels like something's got to give at this point. Both these teams are playing their hearts out right now. Clearly, both these teams are passionate and they want to win bad.
Justin Brennan comes in at quarterback out of Lakes High School for the South squad. Handoff up the middle. Stopped and dropped. That's number 23, Isaac Aguilar out of Eisenhower High School. Brought down by a host of guys out of the north. It looked like, again, Preston Saoli getting in there out of Foster High School.
Yeah, a lot of the running backs for the South team, very similar styles, which is good, to have that consistency and the, kind of offensive line knows what they're getting every snap with the carries.
Brennan surveying the field. 2 receivers to the left. Handoff up the middle. Got a lane and a first down. That is number 7, Darian Brown. Again, having a great game here today. We are now just under 4 minutes left here in the second half. Tied at 14.
That was a good hard run by Darian Brown. As soon as he saw an opportunity, didn't do anything fancy, just hit the hole hard, and that's how you get 10-yard gains.
Brought down on the play by Jai Nath out of Montlake Terrace High School. A young man, big physical player, real long arms, long legs. Snap, first down. Brennan keeps it. Scampers to his left, then slides. Picks up about 4 on the play. That'll bring up second down.
And just simple X's and O's. Reads the defensive end, sees him kind of going in towards the running back as he pulls it, and that's how they drive it. That's how they always draw it up.
Brennan going to the sideline to get the call. You don't see too many teams doing that outside of about O'Day anymore. I think Royal still goes to the sideline to get the play call, if I can remember correctly.
And it takes time to develop that sign system, so.
Second down and 6.
Brennan, second down and 6. Handoff up the middle. That is number 34, Jonathan Tyrell Smith. Another carry for that young man. I like the way he runs low to the ground and just runs real hard.
Number 40, Andrew Espinoza on the tackle. Third down and 1.
Yeah, you see a lot of hands on hips right now. They gotta kind of grind through this, these long drives that are taking place right now.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. Brennan, handoff, takes it, keeps it, dumps it out to the right side, and that will be enough for a South first down. Looks like number 81, Caden Loop out of Enumclaw with the reception. Yeah. The Hornets head coach Mark Gunderson, who is on the staff for the South squad today. And we are going to have a 2-minute warning. We don't have that too often.
Yeah, they're really treating it like a kind of a college environment. Oh, sorry, not college, NFL environment. Yeah, Caden Loop, though, I believe that's his first reception on the day. A real good-sized tight end, 6'2", 210 pounds. And he's actually going to go to college to play football or baseball. And he was a first-team All-League tight end and Special Teams Player of the Year in the SPSL 2A. That's an award that you don't, because usually it's kind of for a kicker, the Special Teams Player of the Year. So I'd have to imagine that this guy was a force, whether it's kickoff or as a blocker or.
Yeah, I'm not sure, or a long snapper. Who knows what he did? I don't know what he did. We should have asked that question. Hey, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual Insurance, and local agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed, or you just need a no-pressure, no-obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek-Lockhart. That's DERRICK. It is first down and 10 at about the 25-yard line. Brennan, handoff to the left side. That is number 28, O'Shea Jackson out of Evergreen High School in Vancouver. Tackled on the play by number 33, Hunter Wallace out of Klahowya, I believe is how you say it, which is over there kind of in the Bremerton area. It'll bring up second down and about 9 for the South.
Second down and 9.
2 receivers to either side for Brennan. He's looking to the left. Got his man. It's going to be Caden Loop again. He's going to have enough for a first down at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, it's worth noting, how do they manage clock going forward? About 1:17 now left in the first half. I think they got plenty of time to work with now. Didn't go out of bounds there. Try to fight for extra yards.
First and 10, ball at the north 12-yard line.
You also want to make it so you don't leave any more time for the North team to potentially go downfield. You want to go into halftime with the lead.
Brennan, snap, handoff. The give is to number 3, Mackenzie Rialme.
By number 33, Gabriel
Whistles
Johnson.
timeout called by the South. Micah, go ahead and tell everybody who our sponsors are today.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support: Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. Interesting timeout here by the South. I guess they really want to make sure that they get the play they want. First and 10, not quite first and goal yet. But I think it's gonna. The South has really, the North has really kind of captured momentum, and this is kind of their chance to change that pattern going into halftime.
And the South will get the ball to start the second half.
That is huge. That is huge.
Brennan in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. Drops back. He's looking over the middle. Now he's going to scramble. Steps up. Looks to his left. He's got a wide open receiver, and it's a touchdown. I believe that's Jonathan Tyrell Smith from Stillicum with a touchdown for the South.
Yeah, just a breakdown in coverage in the end zone, and you expect in a game like this to have some breakdowns in the secondary, but just the worst possible time for that to happen for the North team. But they got to regroup quickly here.
Charlie Townsend on for the extra point attempt.
Charlie Townsend out of Gig Harbor High School in to kick the extra point. The kick is up and absolutely hammered off the scoreboard, and it is good. The South take a 21-14 lead here on the North squad. The North going to get one last opportunity here. We'll see if I know Sheldon Cross, and I'm pretty sure I know him pretty well. He's going to do everything he can to get some points here on the board before the end of the first half.
Yeah, and regardless if he has Sam Hewitt back there or not, that's his mentality. It doesn't matter who's in at quarterback for Coach Sheldon Cross. I am very surprised at kind of how this game is coming along. I was kind of expecting more of a low-scoring affair because of how, the offensive schemes have to be really simplified because you only have a couple days to prepare, and that really benefits the defense. They can really just kind of focus on, the player in front of them as opposed to, where could the ball be going. But what we're seeing right now is the offense has really been able to take control early on.
Yeah, really what you're talking about there is the defense. It's a lot more of just a read and react. There's not a whole lot of, scheme. It's kind of basic cover 2, cover 3 type stuff. And the offenses have really, put up some good numbers here in the first half, maybe a little unexpected. Most of these games, these all-star games, are typically in that, 10 to 20 point range for the full game. And here we are 21-14 as we get close to halftime.
And you also have to factor in that most all-star games are the high school time format. With an extra 12 minutes, you might see, especially in the fourth quarter when players are getting really gassed, you could see some breakaway runs in the second half.
Jack Perka out of Coeur d'Alene High School comes in to quarterback, so going to stick with the hot hand. He was the one that threw the touchdown pass last time.
And that's a good point because you have to wonder as this game goes along, are they going to stick to their formal rotation, or when the game gets close to the end, are they going to ride the hot hand? That's a decision that the coaches are going to have to come up with quick here.
Perka, snap, looking to his left side. Now he rolls a little bit to the left. Throws it out. That is caught.
Perka's pass is complete and good for a first down.
Looked like it's caught by number 23. That is Tyler Thompson out of Kent Lake High School, playing on his home field here today.
First and 10 for the North ball at their own
Enough for a first
30-yard
down.
line.
That'll bring it up to about the 38-yard line for the North. 42 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, plenty of time for this offense to hit some passes downfield.
Perka looks, steps up, throws to the outside. That is caught by Xavier Bowen out of Foster High School.
Again complete.
Brought down out of bounds after a gain of about 4, maybe 5. 35 seconds left here.
Number 1, Xavier Bowen on the catch.
And looking at the sideline right now, I don't see any kicker warming up. I don't even know if they honestly have a kicker's net at all.
Second down.
You know what? I don't see a kicker's net. That's a great point. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Perka, 2 receivers to either side. Snap, looking to his right. Now he looks back to his left. Finds Junior Alexander Enough for a first down and out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like this South secondary is more than willing to give him that underneath route in order to not get burned deep by a lot of these speedsters, specifically Junior Alexander. That's one of the big touchdowns that North had was from a deep ball to him. And these corners, specifically Jalen Weber on him right now, they're respecting that fact.
I can see Keith Ross, the defensive coordinator for the South, over here flexing his muscles, trying to get everybody fired up. Throw by Perka is out of bounds. 6 seconds off the clock. That brings it down to about 24 seconds. Still it'll now be second down and 10 from their own 49.
3 timeouts left for the North, so the middle of the field is open to them right now, which is a nice luxury to have, getting close to the end of the first half.
At home watching, if you're looking at the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen there, you can see 3 dots. That will tell you how many timeouts each team has. On the left, you can see 1 white and 2 pink for the South. That means they have 2 timeouts. The North with a full complement. Perka, 2 receivers to either side. Looks to his right, throws to his right, deep ball. Caught, picked off by Noah Cunningham. Noah Cunningham out of Tumwater High School. Interception, ball turned over. South will take possession at about the 24-yard line with 17 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and that was actually not a bad throw there by the Coeur d'Alene product. Just went through the hands of the receiver, and that was a great play by Noah Cunningham to kind of be aware of where his positioning is, and that's huge momentum, man, because the South is really kind of threatening on that drive.
Looks like they might try a little something here. We'll see if they got maybe a little trickery or something. Everett Ashley in at quarterback. Now he's going to hand it off. The handoff to Darion Brown out of River Ridge High School.
Looks like that's what is going to end the half on.
Going to take it to the half.
Cash Holmes on the tackle. Lost a couple on the play.
So that is it for the first half. The South lead the North 21-14. The South will have possession when we start the second half. Before we go to halftime break, Micah, go ahead and tell us who our sponsors are.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support. Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel.
21-14, the South lead the North. We're going to step away for a few minutes. When we come back, we will have a scoring recap and the second half. You're watching the Cleats versus Cancer All-Star Game here on Cascadia Preps. Welcome back into French Field here in Kent, Washington. It's the Cleats versus Cancer All-Star game. Currently, the South lead the North 21-14. I'm Rylan Spencer along with Micah Chen. Micah, go ahead and give us a scoring recap from the first half.
Yeah, it was a high-scoring first half to start it out. Caleb Christensen hit Caleb Woodcock on a quick slant for the first touchdown of the game for the South. Then at the beginning of the second quarter, Justin Brennan scrambled in kind of towards the right pylon for about a 3-yard touchdown. And then the North, they bounced back. Long 30-yard touchdown catch by Junior Alexander, thrown by Michael Palandri of Tahoma. That was with 10:38 left in the second quarter. And then North followed up on that with a 69-yard reception with 8:05 left in the second quarter. That was from Perka, the Coeur d'Alene product, to Kendrick Smith. And then it was Ward, the running back, taking a 2-point conversion to tie it up at 14 apiece. Then, with 48 seconds left to go in the first half, Justin Brennan hit Terrell Smith for 11-yard touchdown reception in the back of the end zone. And here we are now 21-14 as we're about to start the third quarter.
Yeah, kind of we mentioned it at one point, kind of a tale of two halves of that first half, if you will. The South went up 14-0. The North came back, scored 14. The South finished off the half with a touchdown. The referees are out there right now letting everybody know that the South did win the opening coin toss. They elected to defer, so they will get the ball.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to look out for in the second half is who's going to create the first. I don't want to say the first turnover because we had an interception at the end of the second half that ultimately didn't really. It definitely stopped the momentum of the North. But in the second half, the team that can create a turnover, that's going to be super key. Controlling how many possessions you get. Winning the turnover battle is a huge correlation to winning the football game. And I think, as we go through the seesaw game, that might be what tips the momentum in the favor of the team that is able to force a fumble or, catch an interception, take it for a big return. That's what I'm looking for in the second half is who's going to make that big play on defense.
So we will have, what do we call this kickoff here, Micah?
I call it the showcase of the
the showcase kickoff.
Yeah.
So essentially, what they're going to do is they're both kickers for the North will have an opportunity to kick off, and then seems like eventually, I believe if they returned it far enough, they get it at the 25. If they don't, they get it at the 20. I'm not really sure what's going on.
I don't think there's actually any effect at all. I think they're all starting at the 25.
They're just kicking off.
But it is actually underrated how fun it is to watch these kids sprint 40, 50 yards downfield, because every eyeball in the stadium is just watching them run, and you can see the frantic energy in their demeanor, because they want to show off a little bit that top end speed.
Yeah, we've got kicker from Thomas Jefferson High School, Mauricio Sanchez will be the first one to kick here. Then behind him, you can see him standing there, almost out of your screen though, is Victor Escalante out of Blaine. He's been a toe puncher so far when we've seen him, so it'd be kind of cool to see if he does it again. Sanchez kicks it off, and Weber out of Chiawana, you can see him absolutely scooting.
Number 39, Victor Escalante.
Yeah.
Victor Escalante now lining it up.
South team will start with the ball in the second half.
The South team will start with the ball, obviously.
Don't forget, you have one more quarter to buy your
And
raffle
looking down
tickets
there,
on
I
the
see
souvenir
Everett
stand.
Ashley.
Buy
Looks like
raffle
maybe
tickets.
he will come out to.
Great prizes,
Yeah, he didn't get much of a possession at the end of that first half, so that's good for Coach Ross to give an opportunity. Big opportunity here to start the second half.
Escalante kicks off. Cunningham grabs it and takes off. That young man is having himself quite a nice day.
Yeah, he had a nice interception to end the first half to kind of slow down the North's momentum, trying to tie it up with, change on the clock.
First and 10 for the South. The ball will
And it will be Everett Ashley coming out to quarterback the South squad here for the start of the second half. Ashley out of Moses Lake High School, central part of the state. So even though he's probably one of the more northern, location-wise, he's on the south, but pretty much anybody from the eastern side of the state typically plays on south.
Yeah, and these all-state games or all-star games, it's typically Eastern Washington and in the Vancouver area, mostly are the South team, because north, there's a lot of kids, you know, concentrated in the north. So.
Getting the chains set up over here.
But yeah, with Everett Ashley, you know, you got to see him a little bit in that first half. But yeah, he's definitely a different style than Christensen and Brennan. He's definitely more of a do whatever it takes, whether it's with my feet, with my arm, or with my legs. And we'll see how that transpires right now.
Snap. Ashley gives. Looks like Darian Brown around the outside. Excuse me, that is, I believe, Mackenzie Realme out of Quincy High School. So two guys that are actually pretty close together over there in the central part of the state. Picks up about 4. That'll bring up second down.
And that was an impressive run by Realm to bounce it outside. You know, against a defense with this type of speed, that is not easy to kind of get the edge on those guys.
Second down and about 7 for the South, leading 21-14. Ashley, the snap, the give, up the middle again to Realme, who is flipped. Lole Tapasa out of Kentwood comes flying up to make the tackle, and looked like he may have taken the worst of it. He's going to head over to the sideline.
Yeah, great blocking up front. You know, nice hole for Realm to run through.
Gain of 7 on the play, and that's a first down for the South.
It is enough for a first down. So first down for the South squad at about the 35-yard line. 14:02 left in the third quarter.
I would look for Ashley to pull it pretty soon here.
Handoff up the middle, only picks up 1, maybe 2. Look like number 23, that is Isaac Aguilar out of Eisenhower High School in Yakima.
Isaac Aguilar on the carry. Gained a couple on the play.
Yeah, I'd expect Everett Ashley pretty soon here to pull it and either, you know, tuck it and run or RPO play.
Second down and 8 for the South.
Second down and about 8 for the South. 13:30 left in the third quarter. Ashley with twin receivers to either side. Snap, give. He is hit hard. Sam Lowe Kenny out of North Creek High School in Bothell comes in. I mean, he was in the backfield at the same time as the handoff on that one.
Yeah, Sam Lucchini, he's going to go to college, and he's going to show out for his family, but mostly to get a degree. And you got to love to hear that, you know, somebody with a lot of pride.
It's a young man that came over to me after practice yesterday when we were out there at Kennedy Catholic High School. He asked me if I knew who the offensive line was for the South because he wanted to go home and watch film. Third down and about 11. Ashley drops back, scrambles to his right now. Still looking downfield. Throws it up. It is deflected away. That will bring up fourth down. There is a flag on the play. Could end up with a holding call here, usually in that area.
Number 14, Joe Taylor on the coverage.
See what they're looking for. They are going to decline it. So that will bring up a fourth down, most likely a punting situation. And it is, as we see Cameron Watkins coming on to kick for the South.
Yeah, and you just never know in these all-star games that they're going to go for it on fourth down, but I like to see that from Coach Ross, putting the trust on his defense. They had a hiccup kind of in the middle of the second quarter, but for the most part, they've been pretty stout on the defensive side, and he trusts them.
Watkins' kick goes down and will be spotted at about the 40. Where the North team will take over. Down 7, 21-14 here, 12:31 left. I'm Rylan Spencer from Cascadia Preps, along with Micah Chen. I'm going to give a shout out our camera operators today, Jacob Diamond, who is a new intern for us here at Cascadia Preps, and good friend John Whiting, who, if you watch any of the Bothell broadcasts, you know John. John did a lot of work with those broadcasts earlier in the spring. So Michael Palandri out of Tahoma High School is in at quarterback. He's got twin receivers to either side, and he's got Caleb Wheeler out of Linden in the backfield. Fake handoff. He keeps it. Palandri makes a few moves, runs into a man, picks up about 6-7. There is a late flag on the play, real late flag.
Might have been a late hit there on the quarterback. Definitely want to keep those guys safe right now. I mean, obviously you want to let them tackle to the ground, but, you know, extra protection.
There are some police vehicles going by that I think you could hear. Don't worry, they're not coming for me or Micah. It was a late hit there, and it is a big-time penalty. That's a 15-yarder that will take it down to about the 38 for the South. So probably not what Coach Keith Ross was looking to have happen. Probably not the start he wanted for the second half, going 3 and out. Or excuse me, they did pick up a first down, but having to punt, and then now the North really moving the ball. Palandri, 3 receivers to the left. Wheeler in the backfield. Snap. Give to Wheeler. Runs into his own man. Bit of a pile. Might have picked up about 6 or 8 inches, but it's going to bring up a second down.
Yeah, he really, you can. It's really easy to lose track of him in those big scrambles. You know, he's a smaller running back, about 5'5", about 165.
Yeah, there are some real big boys up on that offensive line. Kiefer Furness at left tackle. Christian Bethea at left guard. Just 2 mammoth human beings there for the North. Snap to Palandri. The give again to Wheeler. There is a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be holding. So just when I start giving a little pub to the offensive line, they go and get a holding call. We'll give a few more here. The center right now, Christian Hanna out of Archbishop Murphy. He is, I believe, I don't know if you have information on Christian Hanna. I believe he just committed to go play for Dakota Wesleyan in the NAIA.
Nothing. He hasn't. Looks like he hasn't decided quite yet. Sorry. Yeah, Christian Hanna. Yeah, he's going to Dakota Wesleyan. He was All Wesco honorable mention this past season.
Palandri facing second and about 17 now. Snap. He's looking downfield. Moves to his left a little bit. Throws deep. He's got a man. But it is broken up. And we have another flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be another holding call. And this could, I mean, we could be looking at a real long second down situation here. Keith Ross says move them back, so they are going to move it back even further. Micah, you got that Woodinville education. We're going to need you to do a little adding right here.
So they got about 27 yards. That's 3rd and 27 right now.
Wow, that was some, the scoreboard has the clock, it's got the timeouts, it's got everything, but it doesn't have down a distance for us. So I'm going to trust Micah there. 2nd down and 27 for the North. Palandri takes the snap. Looking, shifts, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
You know, it looked like Palandri had the mentality of wanting to get it all back on one play. And I just waited a little too long to pull the trigger.
It looked like Lorenzo Lukey out of Enumclaw High School, number 52 for the South. Kind of hard to tell with some of these jerseys. The numbers are pink, so they kind of blend right into the bottom of the jersey.
But they do look great.
3rd down and a half mile. Palandri moves again, and he's going to be brought down. He escapes. Excuse me. Now he's going to be brought down. Palandri brought down on the play by the young man out of Kennewick. That is, oh my goodness. That is Josiah Barajas.
Oh yeah, Barajas, yeah. Josiah Barajas, he recently got offered by Ottawa University. He was the defensive MVP in the Mid-Columbia Conference. He's a guy that plays with a lot of heart. If you're looking for somebody that's going to be in on every play and playing his heart out, that's who you got in Josiah Barajas at linebacker.
So 4th down and a short plane flight, which means they will punt. Back to do the honors is Victor Escalante out of Blaine High School. Bounce and a roll. Jalen Weber is going to watch it go out of bounds. At about the 37, and it looks like they will spot it right there. So got back almost to the original line of scrimmage where it was on 1st down. And the South will take over. 9:43 left, 3rd quarter. We would like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual Insurance, and local agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed? Or you just need a no-pressure, no-obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek-Lockhart. 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. Caleb Christensen out of Royal in at quarterback for the South. Christensen looking to his left. He's got a man. Caleb Woodcock again finds himself open. Goes up, makes the catch.
batted down, taken out of his hands by number 0 of all things. That's Trey Holman out of Kennedy Catholic, headed to Western Colorado University.
And I believe that this is the first series since the very first series that Woodcock and Christensen are back on the field, and they had about 3 or 4 receptions and a touchdown pass in that first drive. So not surprised Christensen goes right back to him to start this drive.
Brings up second down and 10 at the 37. 9:23 left third quarter. South leading the North 21-14. Handoff up the middle. Lots of room to run. That's Jonathan Tyrell Smith out of Stillicum. Picks up about 9, real close to a first down, but he's going to be just short.
Yeah, a couple defensive linemen had a chance to tackle Terrell Smith in the backfield, but weren't able to get there, and that allowed Terrell Smith to kind of burst forward for a good gain.
That young man, you got to love the way he runs the ball, just real hard. No nonsense, goes straight forward. Third down, about a yard for the South. Christensen, 3 receivers to his right. Oh, what a hit by Trey Holman, but enough for Caleb Woodcock to pick up a first down out to midfield for the South.
That demonstrates a lot of trust, in those 3rd and short situations. Seems like Christensen to Woodcock, that's going to be a common theme when they're both on the field. But yeah, tremendous hit, and that's just good football all around.
First and 10 at midfield. Christensen, again, with 3 wide receivers to his right and Woodcock to his left. Christensen looks to his right, finds the man in behind the defense. Going to pick up about 8 on the play. That looked like number 11, Michael Young out of Sequim High School, the Wolves.
Yeah, Michael Young finding the soft spot in that zone coverage, kind of settled there, and Caleb Christensen, he's always going to be able to find those guys. He's going to be playing football at Ottawa University in sunny Arizona. So yeah, good for him finding an opportunity at the next level. 3-time first-team All-League player.
Smart guy. Take that Ottawa University offer down there. Go down and live in some nice weather down there.
Little spring training action.
Yeah, there you go. Christensen finds a man over the middle. That looks like the young man out of Hoquiam, number 26, Dane McMillan. 1A to 1A connection.
Yeah, Caleb Christensen, just all kinds of time right there in the backfield. And yet, hey, he's used to that at Royal, so he'll take advantage of it. And, man, is he playing well right now in this game.
First and 10 ball at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at about the 24. Christensen, twin receivers to either side. Give is up the middle. Looks like Mackenzie Realme out of Quincy High School again with a gain of about 8 or 9. Bring up second down. Preston Seoli with another tackle. He's got to be up around 7-8 tackles on the day, it seems like. Christensen, 3 receivers to the right. Second down and 1. Looking to the left again for Woodcock, and he's got him. Caleb Woodcock, touchdown South.
And there was a clear shove before Caleb Woodcock caught that ball. But, Woodcock was able to high point that football and still maintain his concentration. And yeah, he's celebrating with his teammates right now. He's excited right now. I think great showcase for him. 2nd touchdown reception of the day. 2nd touchdown pass from Caleb Christensen.
Cameron Watkins on for the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So the South take a 28-14 lead with 6:33 left in the third quarter. Micah, go ahead and tell everybody about our sponsors for today's game.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support. Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-shirt company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. Thank you for sponsoring today's Cleats vs. Cancer game.
I mentioned earlier, I'd like to give an extra little bit of a shout out, if you will, to the Kent School District for allowing Cleats versus Cancer to use this facility, especially in these times, Micah. It can be a little hard to get facility usage with the COVID-19 pandemic, and
it's a process. It's a process to be able to host an event like this. But yeah, I think there's a sense of optimism, with around the stadium right now that we kind of are gonna see a light at the end of the tunnel. I think this is great for these players to be a part of that.
Yep, and we're looking around the stadium. We can see definite social distancing. People are wearing their masks, doing the things that are necessary
to keep events like this going.
So the North will get the ball back here with 6:33 left in the third quarter. And let's talk about Crescent Realty again. Are you looking for real estate homes or property in the Northwest? Crescent Realty can help you choose the right property for your needs and will guide you towards making an informed real estate decision. Real estate leaders since 1971. Visit crescentrealty.com for more information. So Jack Perka out of Coeur d'Alene High School in at quarterback now for the North. It is first down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Perka looks to his left, and it looks like he's going to be picked off. And he is picked off. Jalen Weber out of Chiawana High School with the interception. Micah, a young man, you wrote about him just recently.
Yeah, Jalen Weber had an absolute breakout senior season. He's been a good player for Chiawana for a couple of years now, but this year he was playing like one of the best players in the state of Washington. And even in this ball game, we've seen him on display time and time again, going up against the likes of Junior Alexander and, going toe-to-toe with him, and now getting a crucial interception. That was the interception that I think one of these teams needed to really kind of generate momentum and, to really kind of set the tempo and the tone, and Jalen Weber delivered on that right there. Good play by that young man.
So right back to offense for the South. It'll be Justin Brennan out of Lakes High School in at quarterback. Ball about midfield. 6:05 left, third quarter. Brennan, the handoff, up the middle. Excuse me, he pulls it. He faked me out. Pulls it, he's out of bounds. Pretty close to a first down. There is a flag on the play.
And a great decision by Brennan. They've been running that inside run for all game.
Call was a holding call on the offense. So it will back it up. It'll still be first down. Looks like it's going to be first down and about 17 for the South. They do move back into their own territory.
Back to the 43-yard line. First down there.
Just under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. South leading the North 28-14. I'm Rylan Spencer along with Micah Chen from CascadiaPreps.com. Looks like we're going to have twin receivers to either side. Brennan in the shotgun. Motion out of the backfield. He's got his man out on the outside. That looks like O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson
did fumble, but they did say that he was down by contact.
He's definitely got a different skill set than the other running backs on the South roster. Definitely, has more of that kind of receiver aspect to his game, a little more shifty in open space. And yeah, that's got to be something that the North defense has to be aware of on each snap.
That'll bring up second down and 14 for the South. Receivers to either side. And Jackson with his bright yellow cleats in the backfield. The handoff is to Jackson. Stumbles a little bit. Picks up a few blocks downfield from his receivers. And he picks up enough for a first down. It was 2nd and 14, and he picked up 15.
Yeah, those gold cleats were dancing on that play, man. Cleats as bright as his future. He's going to be studying business marketing at the next level. And yeah, he's having a great game so far.
Those cleats alone make him look fast.
Oh my gosh, it's exciting. It kind of reminds you of when like Alvin Kamara or Marshawn Lynch, when they wear those funny looking cleats and then they you watch them dance. They look good.
1st and 10. A little bit of a jump, but he gets back on side. Brennan pulls it down. He's going to take off a little bit. Pick up a few yards.
Justin Brennan on the keeper.
Picked up about 4, maybe 5. That'll bring up second down.
Gain about 7 on the play, second down.
Just hit the 4-minute mark left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and if the South can keep getting big chunk runs like that, I mean, it's going to be tough for the North to recover. They really need their front seven to step it up right now. They have the players. They definitely have the ability to do it. Just about executing it at this point in the game.
Brennan takes the snap, handoff up the middle.
Brown on the carry.
That is Darian Brown out of River Ridge High School
No gain on the
with
play.
another carry. Picks up maybe 6 inches, 8 inches. That'll bring up third down
Brings up third down.
and about 4, maybe
And
5.
about 3 yards to go.
And, we still got another quarter, but, this is going to be, might be one of the bigger plays of the game because if the South can make a stop here, that's going to give them the ball back with enough time for possession before the fourth quarter. But if this drive continues, that might bleed into, the kind of late stretch of this game.
We're now at 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Brennan, third down snap. Looking deep for a man, and he's got him open. Over the shoulder, catch, and a touchdown. Dante Owens out of River Ridge High School. The River Ridge boys are having themselves quite a game today. That makes it 34-14 for the South.
Yeah, I'll be playing football at Georgetown next year. Saw why in that play.
Georgetown, a Division I school in Washington, D.C., known more for their basketball program probably, but they do have a good football program out there. John Baer, I believe he's the offensive line coach out there. He's a native of the Seattle area, and he does a great job recruiting this area, and they have picked up quite a few guys over the years.
Yeah, joining Dante Owens and as a receiver as well, Ben Fuel in the Tri-Cities.
Yes.
They'll both be playing receiver at Georgetown next year, so definitely repping Washington in the Capitol.
Ben Fuel, a young man that would have been a lot of fun to watch in a game like today. He is a dynamic playmaker, and he's got a little bit of giddy up to him. But, 35-14 here, 2:50 left in the third quarter. Micah, go ahead and tell everybody who our sponsors are today.
Yeah, we would like to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast. Cleats vs. Cancer, Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel.
Thank you to all of those sponsors for helping out with this great cause. Again, if you would like to find out more about Cleats vs. Cancer, head over to cleatsvscancer.com. That's cleatsvscancer.com. Or follow them on Twitter, CleatsV, @CleatsV. Wow, heck of a kickoff there. That time all the way back into the end zone by Cameron Watkins. Even gets a little bit of a high five from the referee.
And they're here volunteering, so they're having fun with it too. I mean that kick right there got a great reaction out of the crowd. So, yeah, we're trying to give all these players a spotlight right now, and I think kickers they do matter.
Too, right?
Yeah.
As Pat McAfee would say, kickers are, that's punters. But either way, kickers are kickers. So Michael Palandri comes in at quarterback for the North. Michael Palandri, there's actually 3 Tahoma players out there right now, and head coach Tony Davis from Tahoma is the honorary head coach this weekend. Palandri, handoff, Leland Ward up the middle, picks up 4, and then he is absolutely walloped.
About 4 yards up the middle.
Yeah, I like that first play call. You got 2:30 left here in the third quarter, and you got 15 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So you don't need to get all back on one play. You can get you have time to get good possessions. Don't need to do the hurry up at this point. Although Coach Cross, obviously, that's one of his specialties.
Looked like Chase Colson out of Peninsula came up with that hit. Second down at about 5. Palandri again, handoff. Leland Ward to the left side. Ward picks up about 2 or 3. Going to bring up third down.
Third down and 3. Braden Robinson on the tackle.
Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in. We're live here at French Field in Kent, Washington.
On a beautiful, perfect spring day for a football game.
The scoreboard now says 80 degrees, Micah. It doesn't feel like 80 where we're sitting. Luckily, we've got this thing called a roof and some shade here, and it is definitely warm, though. Palandri pulls it, throw
Michael Polandri's
It is
pass
completed
number
to
13,
Kendrick Smith out of Kentwood High School. Enough for a first down out to the 40-yard line as we move just under a minute 30 left to play in the third.
Plenty of rotating going on right now. You like to see that in an all-star game.
Polandri running for his life.
Michael Polandri gathers up the snap, tackled at the
Snap went right through his hands, over his head.
And if you're calling plays for the North, I mean, you hate to see that because you were developing a rhythm and you were establishing the run and, giving some confidence to your young quarterback, and now it's kind of reversed that.
Now you're at a spot where you almost can't even run the ball. Second down and looks like a little over 20. Polandri back, looking, pulls it down, takes off, then throws. He's got his man. It will be enough for a first down into South Territory where he's brought down by Chase Colson. That looked like number 23, Tyler Thompson out of Kent Lake. So an NPSL connection to home at Kent Lake.
Chase Colson on the tackle. First and 10.
15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Polandri takes a snap, looks to his right, throws, finds his man on the outside, who spins out of a tackle, spins again, still on his feet. My goodness.
Got to protect that football still.
What a play by Mackay Williams out of Snohomish High School. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here from French Field in Kent, Washington. The South lead the North 35-14, but the North is driving. Micah, go ahead and let everybody know who our sponsors are today.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support. Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chicken Foot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel.
So just 15 minutes left of play here at the Cleats versus Cancer All-Star Game.
We've got wine and some other great prizes to give away. We'll announce the winner coming up in the fourth quarter of play.
We would like to thank Derek Sparks, the man who kind of put this all together, the head of the Cleats versus Cancer. And, Derek invited us out to do this, and we took on the task. And I don't know about you, Micah, it's been a lot of fun going out to the practices and now getting to watch these young men play what is most likely for a lot of them their final high school football game, final football game overall. Polandri, the give, up the middle.
Steele Swinton on the carry, gain 6 yards, and that's good for
Steele
a first
Swinton
down.
on the carry. First time we've called his name today out of Edmonds Woodway High School. Head coach, I believe John Gradwall is still up there at Edmonds Woodway. Been there a while. One of the great coaches in the state of Washington. Polandri takes the snap, hand to Caleb Wheeler. Wheeler trying to bounce it outside. Finally cuts back in, and he is brought down after a gain of a couple, 2, maybe 3. The North really moving guys in and out of the system right now. Polandri with 2 receivers either side. Lole Tapasa in the backfield. Looking to his right. He's got his man and just overthrows it. Kendrick Smith again gets behind the defense. That's about the 3rd or 4th time he's done that today.
Yeah, it was a tremendous move by Kendrick Smith to get open. Double move, caught the corner, got him to bite. And, that's 6 points if that pass is on point.
Third down and about 8. Polandri looks for it again. Had the man. He actually went up, had it in his hands for a second. But great play by number 31, Anthony Hauntz out of Capitol High School down in Olympia. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Anthony Hauntz will be going to Central Washington University to study law and justice. And he had some great coverage on that play. Really, it seemed like the quarterback for the North was just trying to give his receiver a chance to make a play and just trust him on that pass. and it got real close to being completed.
Palandri, 4th down, takes the snap. Big rush coming, kind of in his face, and he's going to be brought down. And that'll be another turnover on downs. Looked like the young man out of Enumclaw again on the sack. His 2nd or 3rd one of the day, it seems like.
So down 21 with 13:46 left in the 4th quarter. Obviously, the North team, they're going to want to come back, but this is also a great opportunity here in the 4th quarter to really get all the players in the game and, give them a good memory. I think you might see some more liberal rotating going on here in the 4th quarter.
Give credit where credit is due. That was Lorenzo Lucchi on the sack from Enumclaw, the Hornets, playing their games out at Pete's Pool, one of the great settings in high school football. Everett Ashley at quarterback for the South. Give up the middle. That's Jonathan Tyrell Smith again.
And I would like to see Everett Ashley kind of, start taking some of those options himself and tucking and running because, if you want to talk about grinding out the clock, that's your guy right there to get the job done if you want to just get 3 to 5 yards at a time.
Give some credit to the big man up front. You can see him out there, number 55 for the South. That's Ethan Barney. Number 73, Stephen Treptow out of Sumner. Teammates getting one last game in together. Second down and about 4. Ashley pulls it out, throws, and he is going to be absolutely hammered.
The cornerback on that side read the play from the very beginning, was able to get around the block. That was Shamar Rozier on the outside there making that tackle. Great play.
Out of Foster High School in Tukwila. It brings up 3rd down and about 6. I do see some photographers down here on the field, some guys that I know. Let's go ahead and make sure people know who they are so you can find some of the pictures. One of them is Steve Faber. I've seen Steve out here. Steve Faber Sports Media. That's F-A-B-E-R. Ashley back to throw, looking downfield. He's got his man, just throws it just a little short. And that'll bring up 4th down. The other name I see out there, I see Keith Baker. If you find Keith Baker, Keith Baker LXVI on Instagram. He has a lot of stuff over there. Keith Baker. His son Justin Baker plays down at Cal Berkeley.
Now into punt for the South, Charlie Townsend out of Gig Harbor. Special teams has been one of the more fun aspects of this game.
Townsend, who I believe just committed recently to the University of Idaho as a preferred walk-on. Caleb Wheeler back for the North. Catches it at about the 35. 12 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. We would like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual Insurance, and local agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed? Or you just need a no-pressure, no-obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0067 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek-Lockhart. We'd also like to give thanks to Crescent Realty for sponsoring today's game. Crescent Realty has been around since 1971 as an independent, privately owned real estate company. Crescent Realty continues to be a leader and trendsetter in today's ever-changing times with the service, experience, and expertise you are looking for. Find out more at crescentrealty.com. So Jack Perka back in for the North. Hands off to Lole Tapasa. Tapasa picks up about 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. Malachi Cook with the tackle for the South.
If Coach Sheldon Cross has some trick plays installed into his playbook, it would not surprise me if this is the time that he pulls those rabbits out of the hat.
Malachi Cook out of A.C. Davis High School over in Yakima. Tapasa, another carry. I just love the way this young man runs. It's almost no nonsense, just puts his hand out, slaps the guy in the face, and keeps going. We saw the way that he played a little safety earlier in the game, really came up and stuck a guy.
He's a great source of energy for this North team, and any football team is really going to be on.
3rd down and 5 here for the North. Perka, 3 receivers to his right. The snap, a little low. Perka picks it up. He's got a lot of room to run here. He's going to pick up a 1st down, go out of bounds at about midfield.
Recovered his fumble, able to get the 1st down.
Great heads-up play by Perka, kind of understanding that, the play's not going to go as it normally would with that drop, so he tucks it and runs, and the defense was not expecting that.
You see just out of the screen. 49-yard line here. 10:45 left third quarter. Perka takes the snap, looks to his left, throws immediately, saying he was out of bounds.
Second down and 10.
That was Landon Bowser. They're trying to get the ball to out of Auburn Mountain View High School, just down the road from where we're at.
Yeah, Landon Bowser, 6 touchdowns this past season in 5 games. Hopes to continue to play football and study engineering.
Perka now scrambling, moving. Tries to get it out. I don't know if they're going to. No, they are going to rule it an incomplete pass. I would have liked to have seen it go.
Yeah,
Let the big guy pick it up.
it's an all-star game, right? We'll have some fun.
That's going to bring up third down now. You can see the pass rush specialist coming in here for the South. Young man who has gotten to the quarterback multiple times tonight, Lorenzo Luki out of Enumclaw High School.
And it's real clear that the Coeur d'Alene quarterback is a true playmaker. So this is a good chance for him.
Pass deep. Caught for a reception and a first down. That's number 27, Makai Williams out of Snohomish High School. Young man coming on late here in the game. No huddle now. They're really getting up tempo. Handoff up the middle. Leland Ward is absolutely hammered on that play by Josiah Barajas out of Kennewick High School.
Leland Ward, he lost his footing there, which is a very dangerous situation when you're running up the middle. And Josiah is never going to pass up an opportunity to take down a running back like that.
Perka takes a snap, looks to his right, throws. Real quick hitter out to Carson Chrisman. Looks like it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's good for another North first down.
North moving the ball now. Coming up on 9 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the ball game.
That's plenty of time to, score a touchdown and get the ball back.
Perka now scrambles to his left, makes a man miss, headed towards the end zone, and then he takes a little bit of a hit from Jalen Weber.
It looks like he was trying to slide there.
But enough for another first down. That'll make it first and goal at about the 5-yard line now. 9:18 left in the fourth. South leading the North 35-14. Full house backfield with Leland Ward behind Perka. Handoff is to Ward. Fumbles. Then he picks it up himself. Falls back down at about the 5. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial here that the North can finish off this drive with a touchdown, because a field goal is not going to help much with only 8:45 left in the contest.
Isaiah Arline in motion. Give is up the middle. That's number 36, Jake Trost from Tahoma. A young man that's probably played quite a few games on this field when you figure that they would have played all 4 teams that call this place home.
Yeah, we'll see. Third down now. If Coach Sheldon Cross gets his quarterback outside the pocket and give him an option to either tuck it or throw it.
Referees, the South is calling a timeout. They looked absolutely exhausted out there on the field. Go ahead and give us our sponsors today, Micah.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support: Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. Thank you to the sponsors for today's contest.
9042, claim your prizes at the concession area where they're selling T-shirts and sweatshirts. Thank you.
So 8:17 left in the fourth quarter. It is third down and goal from about the 3-yard line. Maybe the 4, about the 3. 35-14, South leading the North. Caleb Wheeler in at running back, Jack Perka at quarterback. Full house backfield with Isaiah Arline and Sam Lowe Kenny. Couple of big boys. Motion. The snap. Give is to Wheeler. He fumbles it. Perka really having a problem getting the ball in the hands of his running backs right now.
People talk a lot about that QB receiver chemistry and how hard that is to develop. Even something as simple as handing the football off. A lot of different running backs, a lot of different quarterbacks. That's also a timing thing, that it just happened at the worst possible time here.
Lele Tapasa comes in at quarterback. Tell you what, fourth down here and goal. Maybe a pass to a lineman. What do you say? Nope, the give. Up the middle to Lole Tapasa. Looks like he's going to be down just short. He is down just short, and the South is going to take possession. So Sheldon Cross, guy who throws the ball more than anybody, 4 plays in the red zone, 4 runs. They cannot get in. The South will take possession with 7:44 left in the ball game.
Yeah, it's a decision that, you really want to put your trust in your offensive line and kind of almost like establish, your offensive line going forward, and kind of backfired on them on that final goal line stop.
Are you looking for real estate, homes, or property in the Northwest? Crescent Realty can help you choose the right property for your needs and will guide you towards making an informed real estate decision. Crescent Realty, industry leaders since 1971. Visit crescentrealty.com for more information. So Caleb Christensen comes in at quarterback for the South. He's going to have an opportunity for a 99-yard drive here. Let's
Got to be careful here.
Handoff. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Isaac Aguilar on the carry out of Eisenhower High School.
I normally try to be under center when you're this close to the end zone, but that's just not something that either team has really had a chance to work on.
That's a good point. I don't think we saw a single snap from under center in the 2 practices we were at. Darion Brown out of River Ridge comes in at running back for the South, a young man who has had himself quite the day today. Christensen with 2 receivers to his right, an H-back to his left, and a receiver, Caleb Woodcock. Give. Broken up, and we have a safety. Micah, we got a safety. Sam Lowe Kenny out of North Creek High School. That makes it 35-16.
How would you like to see that as a running back? You're in your own end zone, and then 315 pounds of power just comes right at you. And, not what you signed up for when you were at the 1-yard line, not what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, Sam Lowe Kenny, a very large kid.
He can move very well. You
Yes.
see him tackling shifty running backs in the backfield. That says something.
That is a young man that absolutely can get after it, and he broke right through. I mean, he was there for the handoff. He was almost to a point where he could have taken the handoff.
Yeah.
We would like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual Insurance, and local agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed, or you just needed no pressure, no obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com /Derek-Lockhart. So after the safety, the North is going to take possession. Looks like at the 39-yard line. It'll be the 40. It'll be their own 40-yard line with 6:45 left to go in the game.
And this is still a 3-score game, and there's no onside kicks, so you kind of have to factor that in for, your timeouts and having to make stops down the stretch.
Little delay here, trying to get the chains set up. Palandri in at quarterback. Palandri steps up, moves. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's brought down after a gain of about 3. He was tackled by number 40, Malachi Cook out of AC Davis, a young man that has been all over the place today.
Yeah, Malachi Cook, one of the top players for Davis. His older brother plays at Central Washington University right now.
Palandri, the handoff, up the middle. He's got a lane. There's a young man at number 9. That's still Swinton out of Edmonds Woodway High School. Rotating running backs now. Swinton goes out. Jake Trost comes in. And we are now down into South Territory. First down and 10. The handoff to Trost up the middle. Picks up about 4 yards before he is brought down by big number 65, Johnny Jones out of Grant High School down in Portland, Oregon. Grant High School, I believe, the home to Ndamukong Suh.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Palandri, second down and about 6. Snap bounces back to him. Rolls out, looking, still looking. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Might have picked up a yard.
That could have ended very poorly for Palandri. Great awareness, and sometimes you just got to cut your losses on a play like that.
And about 4 yards on the play. Kathy Noren, you are a raffle winner today as well. Kathy Noren, you are a raffle winner.
Third down and about 6 receivers to either side. Palandri takes the snap. Quick throw out to the right side, and it is dropped. Dropped by Carson Chrisman out of Lakewood. Chrisman, who has had himself a pretty nice game, uncharacteristically drops that ball.
Yeah, just it's crunch time right now, and you get excited, and you got to keep your eye on the ball at all times. Catch first, then tuck and run.
I don't know that he would have picked up the first down, but he would have at least made this a little more manageable. It's going to be 4th and about 6. 5:04 left in the ball game. 35-16, the South leading the North. Snap. Palandri again has to pick it up off the ground. Pointing receivers all over the place. Now he's going to take off. Spins out of a couple. He's going to have enough for a first down. And a few more. He's going to be down inside the 35-yard line.
I've been really impressed by Palandri on this drive. Like, he's playing his heart out right now. He's just trying to create plays. He's not afraid of contact right now. Normally a quarterback in this situation would just go down, doesn't want to risk any big hit. He is really trying to get his team a chance to win this game.
Palandri takes the snap, handoff up the middle. That's Steele Swinton. Okay, he goes forward, he goes backwards. Eventually he is brought down. Looks like our guy there, Lorenzo Luki out of Enumclaw with the tackle. The young man has been all over the place. Not
what you want to see when you turn around and you see that guy waiting for you. I like the effort to try and make a play.
Second down and about 13 for the North. Snap. Palandri takes it, keeps it. Maybe should have handed that one off.
Ball was loose.
The ball was loose, but I think he was down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
It's going to be 3rd down and looks like 3rd down at about 10.
Now under 4 minutes left to go in this game, and you're down by 3 scores. Now is when you have to start picking up the tempo and start really taking some shots.
Clock is running. Palandri in the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. Snap. Looking deep. Trips. Spins out of a tackle. Still running. Still running. And he's going to be brought down. Malachi Cook again from AC Davis all over the place. And that is going to bring up a long 4th down.
Yeah, Malachi Cook, not the biggest linebacker out there, but he can sure run well, and he has good sideline to sideline instincts.
I think we might get to see just how far Mr. Palandri can throw here. Maybe a little bit further downfield than he has been throwing. The snap. Throwing deep. It is caught by Kendrick Smith. What a throw, what a catch by Kendrick Smith. That young man is having himself quite the game today.
Yeah, and it really felt like, Michael, the quarterback, was really kind of keying him on there because of the trust that he started to establish throughout this game with him.
See the defensive line rotating in a lot of guys. They are hands on their hips. 1st and 10 at the 21. Palandri looking to his right. Dumps it out of the backfield to Wheeler. Wheeler, look at the wheels on Wheeler. My goodness. And then he comes up and absolutely lowers the boom.
And that's good for a North 1st down.
Yeah, I could have ran out of bounds
Chase
there.
Colson is hurt on the play. Yes, it is Chase Colson hobbling. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 7-yard line. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left. South leading the North 35-16. Do
you think that Coach Cross in this situation is going to try and take more passing opportunities, or do you think he'll kind of stick with what he's been doing in the previous drive?
You know what? Knowing Coach Cross like I do, I have no idea. Let me put it to you that way. I love that guy. Michael Palandri in the shotgun. Snap, bounces to him again. Fakes a throw to the right. Steps up to his left. He's going to run. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
What a fantastic drive by Palandri. Very inspiring play. His teammates congratulating him right now. And that is a fitting way to end that drive, kind of tucking it and picking up the 6 points the hard way.
Looks like they're gonna. I believe they're gonna go for 2 here.
Oh yeah, well we can do some math on this one right here. Either way, you're gonna need 2 touchdowns. So
Palandri at quarterback for the 2-point conversion. Snap. Dumps it off to Leland Ward, who proceeds to drop it. Although they're going to say it was a pass, they are going to say it was incomplete. So 35-22 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the ball game. Micah, go ahead and let everybody know who our sponsors are today.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support: Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, Game Time Sports Apparel. Thank you for sponsoring today's Cleats vs. Cancer game.
So, Micah, coming down here, 2 minutes, 22 seconds left. This is really your first Cleats vs. Cancer, any type of all-star game here. What are your thoughts so far of this event and the couple of practices you've been out to?
What I love about it is the coaches take it seriously, the players take it seriously, and the community does. So the fact that like there's so much passion and emotion going into this game, and the players are giving it their all. I think that's what life's all about, and I think that's they're bringing out, the coaches are bringing out the best in the players, and the players have very high expectations for themselves. So everybody wins in this situation.
Yeah, and everything goes for a great cause. Again, mentioned earlier, cleatsvscancer.com, or follow them on Twitter at CleatsV to follow everything Cleats versus Cancer. Victor Escalante gets into that one with the toe punch. I don't know who that young man is that was returning that one. I can't see his number, but he was really cooking there. That's number 8. That's Damian Renderos out of Eisenhower High School.
First and 10 at their own 25, leading 35-22.
So the South will get the ball here with 2:22 left in the ball game, up 13. See who's in at quarterback. It looks like it's going to be Caleb Christensen out of Royal High School. There's a little Royal contingent kind of sitting down underneath us here. Head coach Wiley Allred, a couple of Christensens. I think there's about 9 people left in the city of Royal right now. My guess.
Yeah, those tumbleweeds, man.
As we all know, multiple time state champions, especially in the last few years out of there. And Caleb is as decorated as anybody. Christensen hands off this time to Jonathan Tyrell Smith. Now, it looks like the North is going to start using some timeouts here.
Actually, the first timeout they've called all game, so interesting, kind of clock management. And it's tough, man, without the onside kick, because as a head coach, I mean, you physically don't have the time. If say you get the ball at 3 and out, you go downfield, score. If you got a minute left, I'm not sure what you all. I guess strip the ball out. I mean, you don't really have much outside of that. So, but I don't doubt for a second that Sheldon Cross is going to give it all he can, for his team and motivating them to play till the final whistle.
And that is Sheldon Cross in a nutshell. He is Mr. Optimistic. Always thinks that he's in a game, and he believes a lot of, he's always believing and trying to push his athletes to higher things. Second down and about 7 for the South. Christensen in at quarterback. Handoff up the middle again. Jonathan Tyrell Smith breaking lots of tackles, and he is out across the 40 for a first down.
Jonathan Tyrell Smith on the carry, and that's good for a South first down.
Jonathan Tyrell Smith having himself a very, very nice day today. Young man, mentioned earlier, he's got a lot of offers, different places, mostly small school, but that brings us to the 2-minute warning here. We would like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual Insurance, and local agent Derek Lockhart. Are you fully protected? Has something changed? Or you just need a no pressure, no obligation quote? Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek Lockhart. That is DERRICK-Lockhart. We'd also like to give thanks to Crescent Realty for sponsoring today's game. Crescent Realty has been around since 1971 as an independent, privately owned real estate company. Crescent Realty continues to be a leader and trendsetter in today's ever-changing times with the service, experience, and expertise to give you everything you'd expect from a full-service real estate company. Find out more at crescentrealty.com. So it's 1st and 10 here, minute 58 left. Although I don't know how we ended up at a minute 58 with a 2-minute warning, but Christensen steps up. Now he's going to run. Slides down. Ooh, and he is hit. The Royal fans down here in front of us wanting a flag. No flag on the play. And now they're laughing. Good-looking group, except for the head coach. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 5.
It looks like Coach Cross is saving that final timeout or potentially just not going to use it.
He's going to take timeouts home with him.
You can do that, right?
That's what he has decided to do today. Christensen takes the snap, hands it off. O'Shea Jackson is wrapped up in the backfield by big Andrew Boudreau out of Mount Rainier High School over in. Oh, and he does take his final timeout.
Yeah. I guess take it 30 seconds. Go take it now.
They said that's the 2nd timeout.
That should be their last one.
I have that as their last one. Oh, he's saying the North has 1 timeout left, so we will leave it right there with the 1 timeout left. Minute 15 to go. 35-22. The South lead the North. Here from French Field in Kent, Washington. We'd like to give thanks to the Kent School District for allowing this event to take place here at French Field.
A beautiful stadium. For my first time at French Field, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I believe it's the district athletic director, Brian Smith, took over for longtime athletic director Dave Lutz. Brian Smith was with the WIAA before coming here. He played an integral part to all of this. 3rd down now. Christensen drops back. He's wrapped up by Gabe Johnson, but he escapes out of it. Throws on the run, looking for Woodcock, but it is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
That brings up 4th down.
And, it scored 35-22, minute 7 left in the game. Kind of feels like, we're kind of getting to the end of it, which we are. But I think about the players that this is legitimately their last minute of football ever. And, you just can't help but, just think about, I know a lot of you guys watching right now, you used to play football and, kind of what you were going through in that last minute, and it's real. It's real, man. It's kind of a unique time in their lives.
So it looks like we're going to have, looks like a punt. Or is he going to take a knee? No, he is going to take a punt. And that is number 6, Dante Owens punting.
Not bad.
1 minute left in the game.
Better than you or I would have done. Let's say that. 1 minute left to go here in the 4th quarter. The North will take possession. And it looks like it'll be Jack Perka coming in at quarterback out of Coeur d'Alene High School. He's had himself a very nice day today, a couple of touchdown passes.
Yeah, he's giving Coeur d'Alene a good name. I've been really impressed by his natural playmaking ability and his fearlessness and his intensity, and yeah, good game so far for this young man.
1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. Perka takes the snap, a little low again, has to reach down, going deep for Kendrick Smith. He's got it. Makes a move. Makes another move. Kendrick Smith, 60 yards for the touchdown.
And he's doing a little dance in the end zone, and yeah, it was a great play by that player, and really kind of gives the North a little bit of life here. Now it's in the hands of the defense to make a play.
What a throw by Perka. That's the 2nd time I believe those two have hooked up for a long
touchdown.
At
least 69 yards. I believe in the first half they had, let me confirm that, 69-yard completion in the first half.
Conversion is no good, so it'll stay at 35-28. But we do have ourselves, I guess I would say a little bit of a ball game, but there's no onside kicks.
No onside kick, no timeouts. So it's really comes down to chainsaw time, for those linebackers and defensive ends. And And I mean, honestly, if you're the South, I don't know what you do here. If you just take a knee, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's the right thing to do on paper, you know. But I think it'd be fun to give these players a couple more handoffs, you know, linebackers a couple opportunities, and finish the game. You know, play the full 60 minutes.
So they are just going to start it here at the 25. No kicks.
Although, yeah, for myself, those kickoffs, man, one of the highlights of the game. I loved watching those guys kick and those guys return it, you know, front full speed.
You're a simple man, Micah.
Yeah, ball goes up, ball.
So 50 seconds left here to play. The South is going to come out with Justin Brennan at quarterback.
Although, honestly, I don't think you'd want to go under center and take a knee at this point. You might.
Brennan hands off. Ooh. That was number 90. I believe that is Arona. Looking for a number 90 here. I don't see a number 90, but I believe that is Arona Tawaili out of Auburn Riverside. It looks like an Auburn Riverside helmet.
Yeah, ball security at this point. 2 hands in that football. There's give them no opportunity for a scoop and score or changing that momentum right now.
The North has taken their final timeout now with 41 seconds left. But we'll take a knee, and that will just about do it. Looks like the referees are not even going to set it down. The two teams are now going to come together and shake hands.
One other note, fans, please, on your way out of the stadium, make sure to help clean up the stadium by putting trash in the
And
trash
that
can.
is a final here from French Field in Kent, Washington. The South defeats the North 35-28. Micah, do you have a scoring recap? It was a little hectic here in the second half.
Absolutely. So to start off the second half, Caleb Woodcock caught a 20-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Christensen. And then with 6:33 left in the third quarter, it was Justin Brennan to, Justin Brennan threw to.
Justin Brennan had a touchdown pass. What did that make the score?
That made it 35-14 with 2:50 left in the third quarter. And then with 46 seconds left in the third quarter, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Jack
Perka.
No, it wasn't Jack Perka. Sorry, Michael Palandri.
Gotcha.
Scrambled for a touchdown, and then to cap it off, Jack Perka threw a 60-yard touchdown pass to Terrell Smith with a minute left in the game. That made it 35-28. Yeah, Kendrick Smith.
So before we get out of here, we want to give thanks again to Liberty Mutual and Liberty Mutual local insurance agent Derek Lockhart for his sponsorship. Contact Derek Lockhart at 206-892-0066 or visit libertymutual.com/Derek-Lockhart. We're now going to get the MVPs of the game. They're handing them out. See if we can get this out of the way so you can see the presentation. The South MVP for today.
Number 1 from Chiawana.
Is number 1 from Chiawana. That is Jalen Weber.
Special teams player of the game.
Special teams player of the game.
Defensive player of the game.
The defensive player of the game from the South, Lorenzo Lucci, young man we mentioned quite a bit in the backfield all the time. The offensive player of the game, Caleb Christensen out of Royal High School, gets the offensive player of the game for the South. See head coach Keith Ross over there, along with Derek Sparks. And the whole coaching staff is now going to hop in there and get a picture. And we'll give thanks to some of these coaches as well. I see Kent Nevin out of Fife. See, obviously, Keith Ross from Sumner, Marcus Izagiri out of Federal Way, Josh Bellinger from Stadium High School. Maybe one of these days we can get Wiley Allred to coach in this game.
To announce our Cleats versus Cancer Community Service MVP.
The Cleats versus Cancer Community Service MVP is going to go to Leland Ward from Kennedy Catholic. Leland, a young man headed to Western Colorado University, a really dynamic running back. Had we played in the fall, it's a young man that may have been able to find some Division I opportunities, but just kind of fell through the cracks a little bit, and a great pickup for Western Colorado.
We also want to recognize both coaches. First from the North team, NPSL
They're going to honor
honor Cross.
Head coach Sheldon Cross. We're going to give him a little bit of a pub here. I think what we're going to do, Micah, is let's go ahead and let's give one last shout out to our sponsors, if you will, Micah, and then we'll get out of here.
Cleats vs. Cancer would like to thank today's sponsors for their support: Liberty Mutual Insurance and local agent Derek Lockhart, Crescent Realty, the Chickenfoot T-Shirt Company, Kent School District, Gatorade, Griffin McLean Insurance, Weber Chiropractic Sports Clinic, Passing Time Winery, and Game Time Sports Apparel. Thank you for sponsoring the Cleats vs. Cancer game.
And the South team, congratulations.
We're going to wrap it up right there. I'm Rylan Spencer. Along with me has been Micah Chen. We want to give a thanks to John Whiting and Jacob Diamond, who ran the camera for us today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You have been watching the Cleats vs. Cancer All-Star Game here on Cascadia Preps. Thank you.